Okay, let's get ready to start today. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Let me make sure I put out my final notifications into all the little chat groups. Okay, and then I will join the channel. There we go. And let's get started. Hopefully everybody is well. Set the clock for 3 hours and let's go. Okay, so tonight we're going to work on the dungeon, the long forgotten, the long ignored. Well, I wouldn't say it's been ignored, but it's definitely lacking, right? Because we did it and we kind of got everything blocked out, but we didn't actually finish it. So what we're going to do is we're going to focus on getting all of that kind of hammered in and completely squared away. Maybe even start doing some visualization of actual like assets and particles. We'll see. Because we need to finish it. Man, sorry. With the work being done on the rest of the level, it just helps me out and helps us out if we get this done. So that way we're basically focused on working on the assets for that, right? Everything else is kind of where it needs to be. I would say we obviously need to work on some more assets externally. You know, like we did with the bridge, kind of getting that in place and getting squared away. We need to get some of these assets finished to where like I'm actually, you know, putting the fires where they need to be, replacing the Senti stuff because we don't really want the Senti stuff there. I made, while off stream, I made the different sizes of the fire. So now we have the small, medium, and large, and it's actually controllable. So you can change, you know, if you want it to be small blue, or if we want it to be small, whatever. And then you can actually change the light dynamically. So we can just basically change the light to whatever we want it to be color-wise. And then radius is customizable as well as the light function. So let's say I wanted the light function that was more flicker or maybe less flicker, or intensity, all those different things I've set up to where we can modify those. The only real thing I need to do with that's left on my list of kind of concerns is we need to basically make it to where they are not all happening at the same time. I need a little bit of a flicker offset. And so that's pretty much all I need to do, because right now it's flickering at the same time. And so they're all on beat together, which is not good. I could change this up by creating 3 of these, basically like flicker A, B, or C, and then choosing between A, B, or C. That's an answer. I think I want something a little bit more less me in control and more automatic, so that way as I'm just placing it down. And so I thought about using the world position, the X. So here, I can show you the light function. I thought about using the position So object position, and this can be done in X and Y, so I can mask this to a component mask for X and Y, or just X, right? So I can just do X. And I was thinking about doing this as like a multiplier into here, because this is what controls the flicker rate. So if I change it to 0.1, the flicker rate's really slow. If I change it to, you know, 10, my flicker rate is ridiculous. And so I was thinking about doing like an addition type thing, clamping the value between 0 and 1, and then just making an addition to this, so that way it offsets it. I thought about doing that maybe. So like this is a clamp, right? And then we say this is between 1 and 10. And then basically we can then add like that. And so what this would do is this would take the object's world position. So as it gets put to a different location in the world, it throws that random value in there that can then get added to whatever this is. And then that helps to create you know, that random variation, because each position, like, unless they exactly hold the same position, which is very unlikely, then, you know, that's what we're looking at. And so we can kind of see if that works. Let's see if that worked. It did work a little bit. Not really. Maybe I have to move it. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Maybe they kind of moved. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Maybe we make the clamp like hardcore. Maybe it's 100. No, because the max value here is 1, right? So yeah, we don't want that. Yeah, we don't want that. I don't know. So I thought that might do it, and then it didn't do it. So I don't know. I thought that might be a good answer. I guess not. So that's okay. Deja-vu. Yeah, they're basically. It might have to be more drastic. Or maybe this number just, you know, is so crazy. What if I did multiply? Does it fail out then? Okay, what do we do? Now I have no flicker? Son of a biscuit. Okay, well, I'm not gonna waste time on it. Anyways, long story short, that's kind of the plan. I'll figure out what creates this. It might be maybe the world position in X and Y with a component mask, so I've only pull out X, and that was the answer that I have to do. I don't know. Let's save it real quick and see if that does anything. That'll be our little quick test. No, they're kind of on the same wavelength. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Well, we'll play with it later. I'm not gonna play with it right now. Let's just pump this in here. I need a method for creating variants. I don't know what that is yet, and so when I come to terms with what that is, variants, then I'll add it in and we'll be good. Until then, it's gonna just have to be all kind of synced together, which I'm not happy with, but maybe I'll go on the forums and see if anybody has any wise ideas or suggestions. Either way, we're gonna be working on that. That's basically what we're gonna be knocking out. Is we're gonna be working on the dungeon. We want to get all the dungeon nice and pretty and looking like it should. Right now, we're over there, but we need to get over to the dungeon. I'll save it over at the dungeon so that we're there. It's kind of laggy. Yeah, I like it. So I don't want those there anymore. Kind of got to get the... Am I maxed out, really? Oh, wow. I didn't know I was maxed out. Wait, why am I getting water? Is there water all the way down there now? What? Since when? Damn it. It rebuilt it inside. That's not cool, dude. It's supposed to be there. I might have to check that. That's not supposed to come all the way in like that. Because now I can hear it inside, and that is not good. When did that happen? Yeah, like you can hear it all the way over here. That's not how that's supposed to work. When did... Okay, so that doesn't exist here. What? Maybe it's fluid flux. Fluid flux needs to be rebuilt. Oh, wait, what? It doesn't exist? No, that's not true. Okay, so that's the coastal domain. That's okay, so it's right here. I don't know why it encroached all the way in. You guys saw that, right? I'm not crazy. Y'all saw it with me. Let's see if it happens again. Okay. I guess it was just a one-off. That's kind of interesting. Right? The water is a mirage. It's not real. What's up, Stormy? Wait, why is that? Oh, because I did it already. Okay, got it. I was wondering why that was going to work. It shouldn't have. And it technically shouldn't have if both doors are open. These doors don't... That one didn't save. Okay. It should have. It's called MR switch. I have so many problems right now. Well, that's why we're doing the dungeon. We got to get this finished. We got to get working. We got to get it looking pretty. We need to... We're at the stage where things are ready to be finalized. With that, I'm ready to move on. I can't do that Unless I kind of organize and get everything cleaned up. I really wish splines did work with this, though. It would make my life so much easier to have splines working. And I could just, like, make all of the cave systems really easily. Okay, so I had some thoughts here. I'm thinking what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make this entire room these little lockout bricks. Under the mountain could become Black Reach. What's Black Reach? I don't know what that means. You always gotta bash them pots. Always gotta bash them pots. Did I said the default state is active? I did. Okay. I want to see. I'm going to get rid of the light. This default state is what? Active? Get rid of the light. We're going to get rid of some of the lights in here from here, and then we're going to make the ones that come down. Skyrim's Black Reach, the area underground that started off seeming like a normal underground city that expanded into massive cavern. So very similar, yes. We're not going to use a cavern. Ours is going to be a sewer, but the answer is yes. I got to figure out the concurrency setting and get that right, because that concurrency setting is definitely wrong. Okay, so that works. Basically, the lights look good. It's still a little dark when it's dark time, so we'll need some. We'll need some focused lights on just those, because it is way too dark. I guess that one needs to be saved as well, because that one didn't save, which is kind of weird, but okay. Or no, it did save. Yeah, it did save. Okay, cool. Yeah, because that's what turned it off. Okay. Got it. Okay. Yeah, it's a little pitch black in here, so we're gonna definitely need to add some lighting. I think what we can probably do is something like here. I like the idea. That's why I originally did it, of having something there. Maybe we can have like a chandelier or something that kind of comes down. $150. This probably needs to be way brighter than that. Let's say 25. They're area lights. Yeah. And it just looks better when that's kind of in that whole area. That's what kind of why I made it, was because it echoes the light and makes it look really cool. Creates a nice effect. Let's take a look at that one real quick. Yeah, I didn't play enough of Skyrim. I mean, I played a lot of it, but I didn't play the whole Skyrim. I didn't even beat it. Okay, that's a lot brighter now. Yeah. And it looks cool too. Wow. Okay, because I moved it there instead of right here. Now we have this like dark area there. But it is cool how it kind of like bleeds through, and I do like that. So kind of the whole purpose of it. And when this is active, that's supposed to light up too. So that's something that I'll have to do. Main quest line was fairly straightforward and easy enough to beat. Skyrim truly worked due to the world. I think honestly I was just bored of the world because I had just, you know, played the crap out of the other one, Obsidian, and it just felt like Obsidian to me. Or not Obsidian. Was it Obsidian? Yeah, it was Obsidian, right? No, Oblivion. Oblivion. It just felt like Oblivion all over again. Which not as that's not a dig or a knock on it. Oblivion was a great game. But I don't know. I didn't really think anything of it. I wanted to like it. Because I was a big fan of the original Morrowind. Absolute fan of the original Morrowind. Not as much of a fan of what happened with that one. Okay. Let's get to modeling, because I think that's where we're at. I have a good structure. I don't want to spend a crap ton of time doing lighting stuff, because again, I don't know if it's going to stick or not, and we may change a little bit of the layout and everything else. So I'm going to avoid doing anything massive with lighting. Okay, let's go to our level so that way I can test this out quick. I believe it felt a lot cleaner than Skyrim. Skyrim was a dirty world. No one took a bath. That's definitely true. That is definitely true. Which one? Which one did I do? I have too many dungeon levels. I need to like break one off. Okay, so this is the first block out I did with all the working functionality. Let's go to dungeon test next. Okay, it's definitely not this one. This was a long time ago's dungeon version. This is the one that had the simplistic crap on it. The old format. Yeah, even this part doesn't. This stuff doesn't even work anymore. That's the old dungeon. Before we like changed everything up. That's the dungeon boss fight. Oh crap! Sorry for the loudness. 1 second. Sorry about that. Where is that? I'm confused. Did I delete it? I might have deleted it. It's fine. Let's go to the engine folder. Did I call it Archway? I did call it that. Okay, so let's go 10, 10, 10. I'll just... Oh, damn, that's the old one. That's kind of cool that I have I have like the different stages of it, so I could use that later. Dungeon floor test then. Okay. I guess this is where we'll test it out because I don't know where I don't know what other level I put it in. Kind of funny. Okay, let's check it out. So this is the current layout of the dungeon. Oh, I need to set a save point there, I guess. That way I can easily just walk up to it. So that's the main area. It's blocked off wall-wise because it's not supposed to actually represent it. This is the actual like size to size representation, so that's the nice part about this. So this is actually being blocked out properly, size and height-wise. It's not like a guess like the other one. And so this has the right distances and everything else. This will fly in over here. That's the rail system. I wanted to make this the open door system. So what I might do is I don't like how non-grand this is, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't give the idea of grandioseness. And I want that to feel grand when you come in here, and this is kind of like where you step on the platform, and it's supposed to create a beam that launches another beam into the main level. And that's what lights the beacon here. And it just doesn't seem very grand, you know? Like that entrance does, and I think that's the reason why I'm using those, is because these do feel grand. But I'm not really necessarily happy with how that all plays together like here. Because you have to come in here and do this to open that door, and I think this is where I was gonna lock off. This is where the door's gonna like shut down, and then you're gonna have to fight the skeletons and be like, oh no. So I think I'm gonna have to rework that one. Yeah, I think so. Okay, let's open Maya. And let's just get our hands dirty. That's what we need to do, right? Just get in there, get dirty. Let's get all Skyrim'd out, according to Stormy's thought process. Okay. I haven't opened the dungeon in a while, so I'm probably gonna have to find it. That's okay. GameDev. Where was that at? We still have to do the temple. I know. Yeah. Still got the temple on that list. Still a temple out there hanging around somewhere. I'm gonna get this chair figured out. Where would that be? Oh, it's in the Maya files. That's right. What'd I call it though? Well, there's two files. We'll try one of the two. Okay, this one's it. Yay, we found it. First try. Okay. So what we do here is we basically are mapping out everything. The idea is that I will eventually kit bash this. Once I have everything where it needs to be, that is the kind of the idea. We'll kit bash out and have it all displayed where it needs to be. Is this using the right sizing for the grid? Damn it. Did I turn the grid off? I did. Come on, tell me the grid's right. No, it's not. Son of... I mean, technically it is. Okay, let's modify this grid out. So I have grid lines every 30, subdivisions every 300. Oh no, every 30. There we go. There we go. There we go. That's what we wanted. So we still have the granular option for the grid in betweens, but overall we have nice little setup. Okay, good. That's what we want. Yeah, we like that. Okay, so what I was talking about was over here, and this is kind of where I have my issue. This is the most amazing, epic kind of entrance, right? And not really. And that's kind of what I have a problem with or an issue. I want it to be a little bit prettier. I don't know if that's the right word, but I want it to look better than what it currently looks like. So I need something that kind of frames that in a much better focus, I think. Let me look at a little bit of a reference art.
Don't forget it's a factory.
It is a factory, but I would think that he would make, again, this is his kind of like his retreat castle factory, so it's not going to be like a factory. It's going to be a little bit nicer. It's going to be pretty, you know?
Personal laboratory.
His personal laboratory. He's basically Dexter. How are you doing, Stormy?
Not bad. 2 weeks time I go for surgery. Get double hernia dealt with.
Well, that's also a good and a bad thing at the same time, so congratulations and safe surgery.
If I wake up, it's the best Christmas present. Then I get to spend 6 weeks in bed writing.
That'll be fun. Six weeks of rest in bed.
Going, fuck, I gotta go to the toilet. Didn't realize I really don't want to get out of bed.
Oh, there is that. That is true. Okay, how do I want this to play out? Ooh, I do like that idea. Okay.
Depends on the type of door. Do you want that just simply slides open, or do you want the iris effect or airlock effect?
No, it's gonna do the same as the front. It's gonna open up. It's gonna use this same structure because the idea is basically when they interact with these big doors, this circle area kind of activates. There's gonna be like a particle system that activates with the light that glows, and these holes are going to kind of also be like the flow. So you'll see the aether kind of come down and then hit this area, and then that'll come down, which opens the door, and then the door will open up, or become unlocked at that point. And so
It's gonna
those
be
are,
like a magnetic effect.
uh,
Doors apart.
I mean, maybe if I mean, I don't really like the what is the word? The technical aspect behind it, I haven't really figured out yet. But yes, the point is the doors go apart. Um, so that's not my necessarily problem. I think I might need to structure this zone a little bit differently. And I think I got an idea of how I kind of want to do it. I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I'm going to... Let me move this all over. I'm just going to expand everything here. And instead of coming this way, I'm thinking what I can do is you get to this other side and it opens up a door here, not this way, not that tunnel path. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not 100% sold on that just yet, but I'm gonna try it out real quick and see what it looks like.
So why were you thinking of expanding it that way?
It gives me more room. Gives me more room, and then it gives me the ability to play with this area here, because the way that it works is hey Borg, how are you doing? Yeah, I fixed the volume. That was like 3 streams ago. I did not realize the issue is my sonar system was set to 65%. So it looked like OBS's input looked good. Oh, excuse me. But the actual output from the system was way less because the input to OBS was actually good, but what's coming out of the sonar system, which is what's recording my voice right now, that was not good. And so you guys were like, "Oh yeah, your volume's low," and I'm like, "No, it's not. I'm looking at it. I'm literally hitting the yellow marker. Like, you're not supposed to do that." And the reason why was because OBS was tracking me great. Sonar was sneaker peeking me, man. Hopefully you're doing well, or hopefully you are well. However that works. Okay, back to what I was answering. Hold on. Let me even this out real quick. I don't have a brain fart on this. I am well. Thank you for asking. This is probably... I have one more stream before I won't be streaming. I'm going to be uploading videos and content, so I won't be streaming for about 2 weeks. I'm going to be doing the last thing that I need to do to officially retire from the military. Ooh, yeah. But I'm going to be in like a little tiny barracks room that's not probably going to have internet, and I probably won't have the capability of streaming, so yeah. I don't know, we'll see. I'll bring my stuff. I thought about buying a really badass computer while there, and then just streaming from there, and then I'll have my server. Oh, nice. I don't know, we'll see. I haven't decided yet. That's an expensive endeavor. That's like $4,000. $4,000 that I don't necessarily plan on spending right now. So
if you're buying a computer just to stream for 2 weeks, it's a waste.
No. I need a build server, because my build server that we had is locked up in storage, and it's gonna be there for a year because I'm living inside of this stupid apartment right now. I don't have a house, so I can't pull all of my stuff out of storage. I kind of fucked a lot of my plans, you know. I had the plans that I was gonna buy the house and I was gonna have everything there, and then I got the new job, and getting the new job put a wrench in everything, man. Put a wrench in everything. So it's a good job, but definitely wrenched myself hardcore. Anyways, so this is the grinding room right here, right? This is my thought process. It was originally that how do I show this? What's the best way of showing it? I can go to the world. That's the best way of showing it.
Make sure you save.
Yeah. That's a good point. I thought I did, but I'll just make sure. Okay. So, inside here, over to, that's the wrong direction. But basically, this is inside of the mountain, right? And the thought process was that over here is where the mines are, and this is where they're mining the aether and everything else. And so I was thinking that once they're done mining, they would just basically create a hauling tunnel, and they would drop off all of their resources into this location. So like they would back in, they would drop off all their resources, and it would get dumped into this grinder, and then this grinder basically pulverizes all of this into dust, and then the dust is getting sucked up. Well, it's like a fine mist dust, but it's getting sucked up in these tubes, which then gets sent to the processing area, and then that processing area filters it to where it gets sent into the main area, which is where you fight, and then it also sends it over to the other side where that's used for the cryo creation, because basically I want cryo creation. That's kind of what the conveyor belt is that's the cryo chambers being pulled into the different locations. The problem with this logic is at no point do I have the cryo tubes anywhere. They're just magically appearing. And while I know that the player's not going to care, I care because I like things making sense and having function. So that's why I kind of wanted to rework it a little bit, because this first challenge is basically it teaches you how the cryo tubes work. You see them when you activate this switch. The cryo tubes come out and you're like, "Oh, wait, what the hell did I just do?" And the cryo tubes go all the way over here, and they get stuck because this door is blocking them from moving further. And so then what happens is you finish this area and you get inside the here and you walk on the plate, and then the door shuts behind you, and then the cryo tubes are allowed to come through, and then basically you have to fight off 5 of them before like it all resets. And all of that's fine, except for that it doesn't make a lot of sense. And so that's where I need to rework that element while still keeping the idea that this portion is funneled by the mines. And so that's kind of what I'm reworking.
You really do need to name cryo to necro.
It can be cryo, necro. I mean, whatever. While we're talking about it, I'm calling it cryo. But yeah, it's basically aether tubes. It's not cryo. It's aether, because we're using aether to, reinvigorate their lives, or I don't even know that reanimate. Well, they're not non-animating.
All that sort of thing I'm fine with, but the actual cryopods, just call them necropods, because you're actually just bringing life to death.
Sure. I mean, I'm not. I don't know if I.
I'll clean that shit up.
I don't know if I want the word necro associated with it, so that would be my contention.
Just something like morte or murte, and many words can be used. I'm just saying cryo is all about freezing.
We're self-publishing. I'm not going to be showing it to anybody. So the idea is that once we're done, which we're pretty, I want to say we're about 75% there. I'm going to rework the tutorial, so that the tutorial is more like Ghost of Tsushima or Tsushima, whatever the heck it is. And so that's probably, I would say that's maybe like 3 weeks worth of work. If I have Kindred or Mester helping me code it, it might be a week worth of work, to be honest, if that. And then basically after that, it's just this dungeon. That's really it. I just have to finish this dungeon. And so once this dungeon is finished and polished, we basically have everything for the demo done and ready to go. And so then we could be in the next, whatever NextFest that is. But I think I'll probably, the plan right now is to hold off until August, and then we're going to do the unveiling of the game at PAX West. That's the plan. So we'll kind of, our soft launch, not available for anybody, only at the PAX West. We're going to showcase it. Everybody can play it. That should generate some buzz. We should get some media coverage. And then in October, we'll have the demo with Oktoberfest out. So that'll let everybody play and kind of get their hands on it. So we'll have a month or two of media coverage, a month or two of us kind of hyping up and making it, where lots of people are excited to play. And then we're part of Oktoberfest, and then hopefully October NextFest will launch us to great heights of success. And then we'll probably do the demo, the actual like release, early access. I would probably say before the new year. Maybe we do a Christmas or something like that launch.
And that'll totally give me enough time to plagiarize all of Valgard's conversations so I can put it in there. Make it the best game ever.
No, we're not doing Velgar at all. Get out of here. You're trying to ruin our game. We don't need that. No bueno, senor. No buenos. Hold on. It's probably because before he was very loud in comparison, and so I had it pitched down. Now he should be fine. Stormy, can you say something? No, you're fine.
So I'm just on the headset mic.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good. I'm looking at the volume, so you should be good now. I had you pitch down to, not you specifically, but I had chat pitched down to 50%. So I boosted you back up to 75%, so your volume should come in fine like mine. Anyways, so that's what I need to do, is I need to kind of, I want it to make it to where I can still say, hey, the dump truck comes in and brings everything into this facility section. Maybe because you ride a conveyor belt, right? Over here, you ride a conveyor belt that's basically like letting you come across. And so I can't put the well, I guess I could put it above. Like you're on the lower conveyor belt.
Put it above, have it drop in. That's not unusual to have materials just poured in.
Yeah.
Drop them into the grinders. The grinder's doing the job. You get the little mist effect, and you can see the mist being slightly absorbed by the pipes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
But this is stuff you activate at which point, because you don't want it when you're actually going through in the beginning, because it's not active.
Oh, no, you want it. So when you come here, the first thing that you do is I should probably stream. I can't do that. You're just going to have to watch a little bit of delay on the stream, sorry. But basically when I come here, I'm going to turn on this switch, and by turning on this switch, this platform then moves. And if I turn on this switch, which is the mandatory switch, like I actually have to turn on this one to be able to progress any further. Excuse me. That's turning on the system. So you'll actually see the cryo tubes and everything else start working. Or maybe that's this one right here. That's whenever the drills start going like, but before then you just see the aether down here in like little aether piles, and you see them kind of steaming. And if you drop down here, you take the radiation effect damage, but you're not actually, you know, like these cryo, or not the cryo, these drills aren't moving. They don't move until you turn on this one. And when you turn on that one, then these drills start up and they're like, and they start crunching and everything else. That makes sense to me, because those are the two buttons that are required. Basically this one, I don't really know what that does though. Maybe this is what activates the drills. And then this, oh yeah, okay. So this activates the drills, and then this activates the tubes for sucking all of the aether up. And that makes the most sense, because this is where the panel would be for you to come over here, because it's connected to that room where all the stuff comes in.
That could
Yeah,
actually
okay.
be a time element trap. If you start up the drills where you've got the ether starting to be mixed and the mist starting to rise, if you don't actually work fast enough to activate the pipes to suck it out, you could actually kill yourself there with the gas.
I like that idea too. That's a really cool idea. You need to mark that down. I'm not going to remember that. I like that idea. That's actually a really cool idea, where if you don't get over there. And then what I also like is, I think I just thought about this. I like the idea that I have to come through here to get up here and turn this on. So there's no way for me to get to this. This is a control room. Yeah, I like that. I like that. So basically this is a control room, right? And so what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to get across, and by getting across, this will open this door. I'm not going to have that linked there, but this is what links to this door opening up. And so it's closed, and when you come into the control room, you activate the pipes, which are behind you and everything else, and then that's what unlocks the door over here, so that way you can move forward and come to the next spot. Ah, I like that. So basically, this is what turns the system on. This is how I get over there. And then once I'm over there, I need to get inside here, come back out, and then go there. And then the player might die a couple of times with that timing method that you're talking about, because they're trying to get to that button as quickly as possible, and they might try to jump across.
Yeah, we could do a coolant level leak type once it gets to a certain point and the entire system shuts down. So if you actually die type thing, it has a normal timer stop, so that by the time you get there, you have to start the process over again. Actually, that could be interesting, whether the ether settles down or you actually cut yourself less time because the ether has already been risen up a couple of feet. That'd be interesting. Like, you know how the system is shutting down because it hit the dangerous level, and then it's slowly evaporating down to its normal levels.
Yeah, but see, the problem with that, I like the idea. Like, the idea sounds amazing. The problem with it is, you're now telling the player, okay, I have to sit here and wait, and the player's not going to want to do that, right?
We can make it fairly fast, so that even if they dash over there super fast, they've still got maybe 2 seconds to wait.
Well, they're going to respawn right here. This is where they're going to respawn at. So, because this door comes down and locks them out, they can no longer go any further. That's what this does. I don't know why it doesn't work in editor. It works in actual build. It just doesn't work in editor. But anyways, so this door comes down, locks them out, right? They cannot go backwards at all. Once you're here, you're stuck doing this puzzle, right? And so this is what's going to basically turn on the drills. So the drills are going to be like, and then I think I like the idea that once you do that, the mist starts rising up, and you have a timer to basically get your ass on this, get across the way, and then basically figure out from there. I do the same thing Mester does all the time. Like, those are happening and showing you, okay, there's some stuff going on there, and you have no clue, and you're like, well, fuck, now what, right? And you try to get over there because that's the activation button. and you can't technically do it, right? Or well, technically before that's what we were gonna do. But what I'm thinking is I'll make it where this door is here, so you can't like you'll be able to walk through and get over here, but you won't be able to go further. And then we'll make a walk into this like control room. We'll have some enemies here that you have to fight, and then basically you've got to come back here and then do this to be able to unlock that door set, and then that door set's unlocked for you, which would be right here, and that allows you to come into the kill room, which then locks this door behind, and that door should be locked too, but it's not. It's whatever. Anyways, then you'll kill these kill room thingies, and then you'll be able to move on with your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that idea. I like that idea a lot. So, and basically what we can do, I can have a kill box, and I can tie that kill box up to a timer that moves it in the Z direction slowly but surely based off of our speed. And I could even make it a curve, so that way I could make it faster, like it grows faster and faster the longer it takes you. So basically this will kind of like, and then it'll rise up, because you need to get rid of the vapor, and then we need to make the
Well, you
vapor
could
where it
actually
can be sucked out.
have to actually do that with the effect of the drills. Have them slowly start, and then you can actually have a sound that reps up. So you got that visual audio cue happening at the same time, realizing that the entire thing is ramping up.
Well, that's true too. Like, no, I agree. Because we're gonna have, let's say we did, this is what it'll look like, right? So we'll grab the volumetrics thing real quick. Let's do 5 by 5. Wait, what? Why didn't it? 10 by 10? Okay, that's 15, I guess. Okay, I guess it's 20. My bad. Offset numbers, hate it. Not a fan. Hashtag unsubscribe. This would be what, 10? Yeah, okay. So basically I can have this vapor here.
So you want three things. You want the density to increase to show that it's magnifying. You want the sound to basically show that the drills are ramping up as the density increases. And then you want the level rising.
Yeah. Hold on.
But I'll chuck it in Discord anyway, so you can reference it later.
Oh, 5,000%, yeah. So I can use a default large, and then do I apply preset?
While you're sorting that, I'll go and check on my lady who just got home.
Nice. Why is it not working? Okay, so that's kind of, it's working. So it's basically gonna rise, and it'll get higher and higher and higher, and that's when you'll take the damage. But it's not applying the actual. Okay, there we go. There's the alien one. So this one's not necessarily what we want, because we want it to fill the full volume. We don't want it to suck around objects. Let's try that one. That's kind of, I mean, it just needs to fill the dang room. Like, why is it not filling the room? Let's try default. Let's see what that one does. So default kind of fills the room. Oh, it's set to sphere, not box. There we go. I was like, what the heck? There we go. So now, as I'm like doing things, we can have it fill up and be like, shh, and get higher and get higher and higher until now the whole room is clouded out, and this is where you're taking damage. You'd be like, oh god, the smoke. Yeah. Okay, let's try it out. Let's see what it looks like. That looks cool. That looks cool. So you would be sitting in here and you'd be taking damage. You're like, ow. Because it's all cloudy. Oh, I'm gonna have to make it. Maybe we make glass here or something. No, it's gonna have to fill the whole room. Because yeah, that looks weird when it's like bricked off like that. But that's kind of cool. So like down here would be super cloudy and you're taking like the most damage. Yeah, I like it. That's cool. I like that. I wonder if that's movable in real time. Oh damn, you can make that super thick. Use local space coordinates instead of world space coordinates. Use distance fields. I don't. Well, we definitely don't want to use distance fields. Oh, you can make it. Oh my god, heck yeah, bro. Eat it. They'd be like, this is like hardcore. That's crazy. Oh my, I love it. I love it. So what if it started off like here, right? So you turn on the machine and then this starts filling and it starts filling slower and slower and slower. And you're like, oh my god, what's happening? And then it just gets all the way where the whole room is full. And now you're dead. That's funny. That's awesome. I love it. Okay, maybe we won't go 99. We'll go 0.1 or something. But I like the idea of it. That's super cool. Let me change up the music. Let's do Dreamy Stupor. Oh, I don't want Self Shadow. Oh, you can add noise in there? What? That's kind of cool. Oh, nice. So I can basically make it like... I like that. Those are cool controls. I like that. That gives me a lot of options to kind of play with how I want that to be. And then I can change the color out. Oh my god. It'd be like, let's go, green gas bros. No, this is Aether, so it needs to be like a teal. Yeah. Now see, that's where it's at. So basically, you know you're effed. You're like, nope. I'm dead today, boys. I'm sorry. I'm in the cloud. I'm in the thick of it. The black lung pop. Yeah, that's nice. And if you fall down, it's like you can kind of see, but not really. That'll be nice, especially once we have the actual particle system for the Aether, like popping those things in. Yeah, that'll look nice. I like it. Yeah, because that'll be our kind of our threat. And you can even make it glow. What? That's kind of cool. Just make it emissive and just make like pretend that it's like glowy. That's like some radioactive stuff, right? I don't know what that does. Oh, distortion. Sorry. I meant to block the mic off, but it was coming too fast. Okay, so that makes the fade distance. Okay, and then I can allow interaction. So as you're running through the fog, it clears it out. Yeah, okay. There's a lot of cool options with this plugin. I like this plugin. It's a little hot in here. Take off the jacket. It was cold earlier. It's kind of weird. Tennessee's in this weird temperature thing where like we have rain and everything else happening right now. So weather is very what's the word? Chaotic, I guess, is the right term. And so it's like hot, cold. And so I had my jacket on for most of the day because I didn't want to be rained on. Ugh, okay. Much better. Okay, I think I like it. We've talked through some goodness. So we'll use this. I have to see if it's drivable. How can I test that? What is this? This is a ultra volumetrics cube. Okay, let's see if this is actually editable. Editable. This is a BP ultra volumetrics. Yeah, let's see if I can actually edit this real quick. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to our blueprints because we already have one. And then we have one called the sliding block, right? And so we have a sliding block base. We're gonna duplicate this and we're gonna call this gas slider base. And so what this will allow us to do is, if it works the way that I think it's gonna work, basically what we can do is instead of having a static mesh, we can actually have that system. So we just zero out the static mesh. Oh, I'm probably setting it in construction script. I am. Set this to none. Is that gonna error out? It didn't error out. That's good. Okay, so there's no static mesh actor now. It's probably not the best option because I want to be able to see if something's happening. So let's actually just add in a cube. We'll do the helper cube. And that way I know where it's at. So what we'll do is we'll spawn. Where's the gas slider? It's here. Okay. So we'll spawn the gas slider here. And then we're gonna tie it to this button right here. Whoa. What happened? Mel Shill, thank you for the follow. Scholar and a lady, or perhaps you're a dude. Either way, hello and welcome to the Pig Nation. And I did that one backwards. Okay, so activation. So let's say we activate that with this, right? And we show the debug. So this is happening with this being turned on. And then the question is where do I want it to move, right? And how fast? And so what we can do is, let's say we want it to move. The travel time is, let's say you get 60 seconds, and we want it to move in the Z, so up, what, 1,000? Let's do 1,000, and let's see what happens. Okay, so as I turn this switch on, this should be moving. I don't think it's moving.
Did you put a delay? I don't think it's moving. Did you put a delay in it?
No. Okay, let's check this one right here and see if there's anything I'm missing. So, activation switch. Oh, I modified the rotation like a clown. I need to do the XYZ modifier. That's the answer. Okay, yeah, that's why that was there, because it shows me. That's why debug is so important. It shows me where it's going. I was wondering what that was. I made that debug system, and I had forgotten what I had done with it. So, silly me. Okay, let's take a look now. Should work now. It is rising. Slowly but surely it is rising. Nice. So we can do this with the gas.
Can, but you actually want the gas to spill out over to the next level, so what they're running on the surface is starting to poison them.
Huh? What?
How high will it go?
It goes all the way to the top. They'll be fucked. Right now they would be getting damaged. I think it's at its max location. Yeah. Yeah, it's at its max location there. Okay, cool. So that means that works. Now, here's the question. I need to add in the volumetric component. So volumetric. No, fuck. Ultra volumetric blueprint. Volumetric BP ultra volumetric. Can I just drag and drop it? Did that work? It worked. By George. Scourge a Borge. Okay, cool. Yeah, okay, I don't remember what the settings were. Let's do 10 by 10 by 10. Oh, snap, crackle, and the pop. Look at that, boy. Whee! That's massive. All over the place. Okay, so what if I do 5 by 5 by 5? By 10? 10 is high. Damn. Okay, that's like well past the roof. By 5, maybe?
That's where you say you got a light.
Right. Bye. You're gone now. Okay, so that's 10. Damn, dude, why is it so large? Oh.
What measure have you gone up beyond the 5.5?
That's what I'm saying, is like I don't understand, like it shouldn't be that big. Craptastic Motros. Is it using the static mesh scale? Well, this fucking static mesh has nothing to do with this. Uh-oh. Nope. I won't do that. I don't know.
Yeah, it's got to be referencing something that's not within the scale of what you've been building. Have a
Well,
look at
so
the size of one of the components and see what size it is, and that might give you a better idea to what measure you use.
well, see, that's the thing, is like there's no other controls that I have. Where's debug? Show debug panning direction? No. Presets. Oh, here's presets. Okay, so if I want to use default large, that's fine. And then how do I change it to a box? Okay, there we go. Let's compile. And see, so I should see, I guess inside here I can't see it. I don't know why. What if I do scale? I do scale as 1 by 1 by 1, right? And then I hit save. And I come in here. So now I'm seeing the location of the volumetric. Now what's different between here and there? If I drop this one, yeah, I modify it by scale. That's how I do it. It's modified, its distance is modified by scale. Like there's no box extents. Nothing. It's modified by scale. So I just have to do the scale and guess. So, okay, it looks like from the get-go, 1 is pretty crazy. Okay, so let's see if I can do it from here, and then so 10 goes out how far? Jesus, okay, that's too far. So 8.
It's going to be
7.
like 2 by 3 or something.
I think it's like 6. Gotta be 6. Cause it looks like it's a 3, is what it looks like.
If you want it to spill over, then you're going to need a bigger box in some senses, because you'll have that spillover effect.
It's spilling over right now. You can see the box.
Yeah, the question is if we actually leave it going, and for some reason the person's using pots to keep it going, how do we show the spillover going into further on, or do we just have natural dams designed to stop it?
I'll just have natural things.
Well, those doors that we have to open and unlock could be the natural dams.
Sure. Yeah.
One of the reasons you got that door behind you that closes when you go in there is because it's actually a dam effect to stop you have the gas escaping.
Okay,
so
well now
just go with that logic.
Now the gas is moving, technically. So it should be rising. So I should, if this works, then it should rise up.
Is the box moving?
Oh yeah, it's just set to 60 seconds right now.
Oh yeah, I see it.
And it's rising. Yeah, it's rising. And the gas is rising too. Yeah, that works. So the volumetrics and the gas work. So I can basically have it to where it goes all the way through. We just have to set, what does that say? BP gas slider is not static in blueprint. Cannot attach. Wait, what? Cannot attach persistent volumetrics gen, which is static. Oh, okay. So this has to be dynamic. No, that's movable. They're both movable. What? That's being silly. It worked. I'll watch for that error later because it worked. Okay,
you
so
just
what?
need a collision box for hitting.
I already have that. Yeah, I have that, so I'll add it here in 2 seconds. Where is the extents? So I grab this. So it's 6 by 3 by 5, maybe, I think is the right size. Oh yeah, that's like massive. Okay, so we want to do 6 by 3 by 2, because then when it's fully all the way up, it will have killed you already. Yeah, okay. So let's bring, nope. Let's grab this, and let's grab this tube, and let's go down. Right? And then we're gonna say the height is 1000. Okay, now let's see what we get. Because if I come up 1000, yeah, now the whole room is like basically fucked. There's no place that you're not getting damaged by the gas. And is it set to sphere right now? Why is it
now?
like this?
Is it spilling into the control room?
The word spilling is no. It's going there because I have it clamped to come over there, so it's gonna come over there a little bit. It's not going to be like like a crap ton, but it is there. And I could design it to where it does. Not within the realm of that option.
The other thing you need to do is when that switch that deactivates the pipes, you need to have that entire box pushed back down fairly rapidly.
You mean here? Right?
Yeah, so when you activate that, yeah, when you hit that, basically it then just pulls the gas down again. So the reverse of what just happened, but faster because the pipes, I assume, are more effective.
Yeah, that's an interesting thought process. I think I'll need Mester to help me with that, because what I think is I want to have double activation. So basically, and that's some new functionality that we don't currently have. I think double activation is what we would need. So basically I can have a switch input 1 which does this one, and then a switch input 2 which does this one. So that way I can say, hey, when this switch gets activated, it turns off or does whatever. Because I can have it go down, but I can't have it go down at a faster pace. That does not exist. That logic is not there. So it would go down at the same speed that it goes up.
No, that's all right. Just have it go down the same speed then. As long as it technically switches the effect off so that it sinks back down in reverse, that's all you need.
Mm-hmm.
So one's effectively, when you first do it and turning it on, it's turning it on.
Well, that's the logic.
Second switch, yeah, the second switch basically has to make the gas disappear, but not theoretically turn it off. So it's got to be two separate things. The gas is one thing, and the gears grinding has to still stay on.
Yes, that's our logic gates. So I have a logic gate that would control the grinding gears going brrr, and then I would have a logic gate that controls this, and both of them are using the input. So for example, like this is a logic gate that uses this and this to determine whether or not this comes, and it's an and or, and so it does the same kind of concept. It based off of and or, it'll go here or not, and so it's kind of the same thing. Okay, either way, I like what we're doing, so let's bring this down 1000. And so that will bring it up to there. So let's do minus 8,000, I think. No, that's too much. Okay, so minus 7,000. Let's try that. Nope, that's too high. So 7,800, maybe? Nope. Okay, 600. So that means it's just starting. And as it's just starting, it's doing its thingy, right? If I drop down, then I'll take the damage, which is fine. That's what we want. And then after I click that button, it will start the damage. So let's try that out. So I press the button. Oh, it's sweet blocking. I need to... Damn. Okay, I need to... Should stop if blocked. That's false. So it should just go. You bastard. Okay, let's move it over here and see if that's what's causing it. Okay, it's rising. So at this point, it's rising. My timer's going. I'm like, oh shit. It's getting cloudy. Oh god. I gotta go, I gotta hurry. Come in here. It's getting higher. You're like, no, we're gonna start dying. That's cool that that works.
I'd probably change where the gears are. You know how you got that ramp so you can get back up.
Huh? What?
You know how you got the ramp next to the two switches that lets you get back up once you fall down there.
There's no ramp now. It doesn't exist.
So if someone falls down there, how do they get out?
Right now they die. You make a good point. I'm just saying right now they die.
I was going to say that's acceptable though. Hey, if you can't jump over poisonous gas, you don't deserve to live.
I guess that's one way of looking at it. Okay, so let's put this in the center. Right there. Okay, so that's the center. Shit. So let's say 1,300 is the max height. Because it was a little bit lower than what I wanted. And then let's go to the volumetrics. I want to make it thick, man. Oh, shape edge fall off. Okay. So that's what that was happening. That's why I was doing that. Okay. Opacity, the higher it is, the worse it is. I don't want any self shadow.
Can you make a gradient for the opacity so it increases as it rises?
No. I'm sure I could, but with this plugin, no. I'd have to modify that. Sign pan, God ray amount, distortion scale. I don't really care about that right now. Fog distance fade. Affect third person fogging. No, I don't care about it. Okay. So let's
Possibly
test.
change the color of the fog.
I did already. I made it green. Let's check it out.
Universal sign of toxic gas, green.
Right?
Why not blue? Because it's ether.
Well, it's blue-green, but yeah. Okay, so it's rising, but there's no fog now. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. Oh yeah, that's nice. That's
Yeah, that
nice.
works.
That's real nice. Okay, that's maxed fog zone right there. So I'm max fogged out.
I just suddenly realized something.
What?
Okay, if you die and you respawn,
Yep. You respawn in the gas.
yeah, you're gonna die straight away.
So that's another thing that we're gonna have to like set up is basically like traps that reset themselves. Mester's kind of already tracking that. We kind of talked about that. Like there's certain traps that need to be reset when you die. So yeah, basically that's a very good point.
Remember I said before about the coolant level leak? You could have a top range where it hits the bar and the entire thing resets.
Oh, here's
So
the jumping up part, by the way. So it does exist. You just have to you'd have to survive a couple of jumps over. So and then get up here.
With the gas, rather than necessarily making that complicated, you could actually just have a catwalk on the side, so they jump up to the catwalk, run. If the gas is rising, they've still got it, so rather than complicating it for them there.
That's correct. I agree. That looks cool. I like it. Oh, that's right. I gotta press the button again. So that way it comes back. Be like, hello. Like, no, I want to go to the other side. Leave me alone.
Yeah, so we have the catwalk below that, so that even if they ran along the catwalk, they can't jump up on this side. They still need to take the block.
Yeah,
So
we can have it.
catwalk-
I think the catwalk can be here. So that way they won't be able to get up, but they can follow the catwalk back, right? And then they can follow it here, and then I'll have the stairs that come like they kind of like caddy up this way, and so then they can run back up here if they get there. And we can make it longer. Right now it's set to 60 seconds because it's supposed to be, you know, kind of fast, but we can definitely give them like 120. So that gives them 2 minutes to kind of figure this crap out. And if they don't figure it out in the 2-minute mark, then oh well. If they figure it out in the 2-minute mark, then happy-go-lucky, good job type thing.
So we'll just call it a Darwin trap. The idiots will die.
Right. Okay, so let's just make sure I have these numbers here. So 6, 3, and 2. So I need to go to my scale. 6, 3, 2. I don't know how that works, but I guess it works. So I'm not gonna cry about it. And then let's get rid of this one. What the F, dude? Okay, cool. What I want to do now is I want to make a preset so I can actually just apply my preset. So we're gonna make one real quick, which is kind of cool to do because this is a really neat little plugin. So we're gonna grab the volumetrics thingy. And then we already kind of said we know what the value was. It was 6, 3, and 2. Okay, cool. And then we know the height, so let's just make the height correct. Basically, this is our max height. And we know that it's going to be... We don't have a preset right now, so let's use layered and let's see what that looks like. Oh, layered's kind of cool. Oh, that's kind of cool. That's kind of like gassy. That's an interesting one. Then we have rotate. I don't really know what that one is doing. Ooh. I like that one. So it's like rotating around, like it's moving.
Rotation better. Layers, it was all sweeping off to the side, which made no sense inside a building.
Well, we're not using that one right now, okay? I'm just saying, like, it was there. These are defaults, okay? They're small.
Do you remember your shield technology?
Distance, field animation. Yeah, what?
I'm thinking the respawn sites might actually have a miniature shield built around it, so that way you could actually spawn a character in without having insta-dying to environmental effects.
Maybe. I'm not opposed to it. That's more logic. Put it as a note down, but I mean, I'm not opposed to it.
Purple looks good.
Well, so this one's cool except for the fact that it just spawns on the edges of things.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks good, but it's almost like that neon effect that you see with signs and all that sort of thing. It's not really an environmental thing. It's more like just, hey, we've got glowy objects.
Here's the cryo one. Like it clings to the edges and things. This is called dry ice, so that makes sense.
That sort of thing is more for atmospheric setting, you know, where you're going through a tunnel and you have that sort of shit on the ground.
So this is
clouds before that was better.
Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna stick with. I'm just going through all the presets real quick. This is distance field thick. Oh, Dream World. I think this is okay. So this is the one that I made for the Dream World. Yep, and that one's using a caustic effect. That's not gonna be good for here. Okay, so we're gonna stick with default large. Okay, randomize with distance fields. Let's do noise pattern 1. So that's soft. Noise pattern 2 is kind of like and then noise pattern 3 should be what we want. Yep, okay. So then I'm gonna do shape edge fall off. I do not. So basically shape edge fall off. The more I do that, the more I get a fall off from the edge of wherever this thing's at, and then the less I do, the harder edge I'm gonna get. So as you can see, I get a nice kind of really thick fog, but in the edge where it's at, so like outside, it's gonna be a hard fall off. I'm okay with that because we really shouldn't have any need for it to not have a hard fall off, because again, it's gonna be enclosed inside this area, and it should reach all the way to here, and it does. So I think I'm okay with that. We'll keep. Damn it! Select it. Oh my lord. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So we'll come in here, and then we're gonna say it needs to be box because it was set up for sphere. Okay, so box is more accurate. That's good. Now let's look here because we are gonna get that hard edge fall off. Okay, so see the hard edge fall off we have there. So now we do want to actually modify that because we don't want that. So we can do a soft edge fall off and basically put it like a 3. So we'll see a little bit of it on the edge, but we won't see it. Yeah, okay, perfect. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's what we want. Okay. And then let's say I don't know what locals use local position coordinates instead of world coordinates. I don't know what that means. Oh, that changes a lot of stuff. Never mind. We don't want distant fields. Opacity, we can basically make it thick as fuck. Like we're talking thick. I kind of like it thick. But now we have it running into this, like it runs into this side because of how it is. But I like it, so we might have to deal with it. Because I like how it's all gassed out. Like, that's super cool. Damn, even with the maxed out, so I can't go any higher than that. Okay, so let's go 3. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Damn, dude.
Question: the box that you're using to generate the volumetric cloud in.
Yeah.
Are you able to attach another box to it so that it becomes a different shape, but the same principle still applies?
You need to take that idea one step further and go with what you're trying to do, because the answer is yes, but I don't know what the intent of that would do.
Okay, you see how that box rises and basically fills up that room?
Yeah.
And then we've got the doorway that's large that goes into the control room.
Mm-hmm.
So when it gets up to the level that's above the ground and it starts seeping outwards, would it seep into that control room? So if you had a second box that was attached, you know, partially along the gas level, as it gets to that level, you'd have it seep into the control room.
Are you talking about a second box of volumetrics?
Yeah, that basically can be done at an angle so that it, you know, the ceiling of that box can come down an angle. So as it rises up, you see the cloud literally starting to seep into the room and filling up as the level rises.
Answer is yes. I don't know if that's the way I want to do it, but the answer is yes. I think the more accurate way of doing this is to create like a little window and a seal. So this won't be open. It's going to be a window and it'll be a seal. And basically, as you get closer, it'll open up. And it's not going to be able to pop into the room, but I don't care. It's an indie game. So you'll walk in. You'll be in the cloud of danger and everything else when you're inside, and then you'll walk back out and you'll be fine and safe. And we won't have it bleed into this room at all. I think that's the real answer. Is to not have it bleed into that room at all.
So the real answer is basically make the thing work at the moment, then later on we've got lots of time and lots of money, tidy it up to make it look pretty.
Correct. Right now it's gonna look like this. It will come to this edge, and I'll have a door here, and you'll walk in the door, and you'll be like, you shouldn't get here. If you're here and this is like this, you're fucked. Because you're gonna have to run in here, press the button, run back out into this room, so that way you can wait for it to subside down. But I mean, you don't really care, because at this point, we're gonna have to. Nope, that's a good point. You should care, because if I make it into here, then I could just chill here and I don't have to do anything. But I need to press that button to open that, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, okay, then it's fine. We're fine. Yeah, okay,
that's why I was thinking basically that area would spill up, and if you could just literally sit in there and be safe and kind of jigger the system.
Well, I don't think you'll be able to do, like, you'll just sit here and stare at it. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna have to for you to be able to move forward and go through here, you're gonna have to press this button. That button requires you to move forward. So you could sit here and stare at it all day long if you wanted. You'd be like, okay, that's really cool gas, but you're not gonna be able to do anything because, again, you can't move forward unless you press that button. So you'll have to go through the door, and then, you know. And I think it'd be cool too, because the door can maybe have a sign on it being like lethal gas, blah blah blah, and we can state like that, you know, it's a lethal overload. We can have like a visual control panel that has the level and shows you the percentage, and so that way as a player I can see it rising and being like, oh my god. So I think that's kind of, I think there's some cool stuff that we could do with this. I don't know, we'll have to.
Well, there's many interactions you could do inside the control room before you actually press that button, so it could actually be an actual time delay in there. Like, you could make it arguably as like, get the protective suit, put it on, blah blah, however you want to do it.
I ain't doing all that shit, no, but I know what you mean.
No, yeah, it's basically, it's an area where you could do a couple of things, like flip a couple of switches to unlock the door or something like that, because it's an emergency. So you have to use the protocol breakdown to open the door to hit the switch. It'd be something stupid like that, but that way you can see the gas Go for a toilet break if you want. Come back, flip the switches, and continue on.
Yeah. Okay, so let's say opacity of 5. I think that's a good number. Let's set the gas to a blue. That way it matches the aether. We can also do an emissive color, so we can actually make it emissive. We'll do semi-emissive. Not like hardcore emissive. That way it matches kind of the aether. And so like this is like hardcore aether moving room, like bad, not good, no buenos, bad for you. I'm dying up in this stuff. What is sign pan? So that's that math shit. Global God rays, we don't care because we're not gonna have any direct light. Curl noise, don't really care, none of that matters. Distortion factor, so we can kind of distort things out a little bit if I wanted to. Distortion amount, so that, oh, that's kind of cool. That adds like, that's kind of cool, I guess. Distortion amount in Z. Oh, that's nice. That adds like weird little waves and things. Okay. Nope, I think I'm fine with it.
Reminds me of the Borealis.
Right. We're gonna do 10,000 for the fade zone because we don't want it fading out while I'm there. Near distance fade is gonna be 0, meaning that I don't want it to fade even if I'm close to it. I want this to be everywhere. That way I don't have any like fade out at all. And we have a nice good look at it. Okay.
Now at the moment, the switch is just a on switch. It's not a on-off switch, is it?
No, I can fix that here in a minute. I just have to switch up all the logic. I didn't want to do that until after I created this little thingy first.
Make sure to save it.
So noise contrast. So I can make the noise more contrasty or less contrasty. And then we can multiply that so that way it looks less or looks more.
Can you do that as the intensity goes, as time goes on?
I am 100% positive that is something that I can do, yes.
Because you want to have that rising effect, but you also want to have the volume of the everything becoming a lot more noisy.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. I
At
can make
some
it
point
faster
you're gonna
too.
realize a few wisps of gas become, oh shit.
I can make it rotate too. I can make it like hardcore rotate, like.
Well, you got drills that are all grinders, I should say, that are basically grinding it up. So some circular motion is understandable, but it more almost be like eddies rather than one giant circle.
Yeah, I think I can add interaction states to the drills, so that way they actually do that. Because right, the player has that. I just have to like have the interaction state there, and so I can make it to where the drills, as they're moving, will interact with the fog. At some point, we're going to get diminishing returns. The player's not going to be in this thing forever, and so kind of having all this quality and cool, it is a nice effect, but it's also a novelty in the sense that
That's why I said
don't.
get what we need done and then polish and clean in the super money era.
Well, no, what I'm saying is like the effect, right? The player's only going to be in here for maybe 120 seconds at most. I don't want to waste, what is that term they use? It's called ZOTS. I don't want to waste ZOTS, the measurement of effort versus time for the reward. I don't want to waste ZOTS, trying to do something that the player may never see or even care about. You know what I mean? But that being said, I think I like it. So we're happy, or I'm happy at least with. Wait, what?
And you're being nice. You're saying everyone's going to finish in 120 seconds. I think several respawns later will be 10 minutes.
That is true. You did die a lot. Okay.
My ability to jump is compounded by gravity.
What? Oh no, what happened? I created a new preset. Oh shit. Okay, what's this called? Let's rename this, and we're gonna call it UV Dungeon 01 gas. Well, no, this is gonna be called Aether Chamber gas, because I might have more gas somewhere else in that thingy. Okay.
What? You're definitely gonna have more gas because you're piping it all over the place.
Yeah. Okay, so now I can delete this, and then I can add what we were talking about, which is the. Let's do some logic here. So I'm gonna pull this logic in real quick. I'm gonna move this over here. I'm going to clear all members so nobody's connected to this logic gate now. Okay, so we are saying, yeah, we're affecting shit now, so I need to be thoughtful and mindful. Okay, so when I use this show debug, oh, we don't have, he doesn't have debug working for that. Okay, that's fine. Basically this is going to this logic gate or button. It's going to the button. Okay, so wait, it's button 12? Ow, what? Okay, whatever. I'm gonna rename this so I fucking know what I'm doing. So this is going to be BP switch dungeon 01. What are we gonna call that? It's not a conveyor belt. What is that thing? Oh, I guess it's a platform. I'm gonna call it platform 00. That's the first one that you're gonna interact with. So that's our platform 00. And so this is what turns on the platform. This will be BP switch dungeon 01, and this is what's going to turn on the we're not calling what are we calling them? I need the official name. We're not calling them cryo. I'm not calling them necro either. So
What's the ether grinding chamber? Basically, you're grinding the ether.
No.
Ether ore.
What are the cryo pods called?
You didn't want to go with necro, so we
No.
could go morte or something like that.
I don't
Basically,
know. You come up with a name now. Figure it up now, because I'm naming it. I'm naming this whatever you come up with. You're the boss of the lore. Well, ish, but mostly. I'm calling it cryo for now.
Yeah, no, give it cryo for the moment.
Okay, it's gonna stay cryo for right now. Okay, so this turns on this. Yep. Okay. Default input switch. I don't know what that means. Where is that one? What the fuck? Why is it over there? What? I'm confused. What is that? What is a default input switch? Yo, oh, okay. He needs to rename that crap. So basically that's what controls whether or not this spits out monsters. That needs to be okay. So that has multiple, so that does have multiple inputs. So this is the activation input switch. This is what turns that on. And this is the oh, it says not default, it says detach. If I could learn to read. Okay, never mind. He did it right. Me being silly. Okay. So this turns that on. And we also want this to turn on the drills, technically, right? So I'm going to rename this to BP switch Aether drill controller. Okay, so this is what's going to turn on all of the drills. And then we also need it to turn on the gas, right? So we need another logic gate for the gas. So this is going to be called the Aether gas controller. Okay.
Aether drill gas, so you actually know what it's coming from, because you might have multiple gases, as you said.
True. Good point. That's why you're here. Okay, so I have an input switch and I have an input switch. And basically this is going to be there and this is going to be there. So if I turn this on, then those get turned on. Yep. So I click on this switch, boom, they both get turned on, right? So that turns on the drill and that turns on the gas. And the reason why we're using the gas one separate than the drill is because we also want this to affect the gas, right? So what we need is we need a XOR setup because it needs to be the same as that one. And so we're going to switch this to XOR and then we're going to add another input. And then we're going to add this or that. And we're going to change this name to BP switch Aether drill gas release valve. And so
will
basically,
that turn it off and keep it static where it is, or will it actually reverse it?
this will the way that this is set up is it's set up just like this one is. So if I press this, so it's an XOR, right? Which means it's looking for is it or is it not? And so by having 2 on, if I press this to on or off, then this turns this to true. So for example, if I set this there, this turns this to true. And because that's true, that moves this in this direction. If I come over here and I press this as on, now that turns that as off. And so that would bring that back down, right? And that's the same logic that we want here, where I hate that Spotify is being controlled by Discord. I need to turn that off. I absolutely hate it. And it only does it sometimes. It's so weird. Anyways.
Okay. Before you go on further, when you turn that switch on and it takes the gas back down, is there any gas residual at the base? Or it completely drops below?
No, it stays at the base. If you get hit, you get hit.
Right. Yep. So basically, what I was looking at is when you switch on, the drill switch on, your gas starts generating and starts rising. That initial generation is still at the base of the drills. It's still visible, yeah?
Yeah.
No, it's right. It's just basically when we got around and switched the cooling pipes, if the gas had actually dropped below the level of the drills, you had no real idea that the pipes were sucking.
Yeah, no. Well, we're going to have a particle effect for it, but yeah. No, we're good. Okay, so basically, damn it, I lost my train of thought. So this is the gas drill controller, and it's set to XOR, and I need a second input, and that needs to be XOR. Okay, got it. So if I set this to be true, then that turns on both of those, and if I set this to be true, then that turns that off. Yes, perfect. Okay, cool. It's like I'm working with redstone in Minecraft.
Now save it and run it.
Well, I gotta add in the pooper scooper crap. BP props, and we called it Aether or something. Aether gas. Yeah, okay, here we go. Okay, so here's our Aether gas, and then let's show the debug script so that way I know where it's at. Okay. Make sure I have all my edges correct, so that way when the gas is full and all the way to the top, it's looking nice and pretty. Checking all my numbers and everything else. Okay. So it comes all the way to the top, which is there. Wait, hold on. I need to change the default of this thingy. It's going to use the preset for the one that we made. Wait, is it using the preset? It looks like it's using the preset. I can't really tell. No, it's not. What the fuck? What the Susan Struthers? What was the size we said it was? It was 2, right? Yeah. Okay, well, I guess we're gonna go 3, so. F this, go into 3. Okay, cool. So that's like super high. Okay, that's, yeah, okay. Yep. Okay. I don't feel like that's filling that full volume. Does it feel like it is? Like that's not the same. I'm moving that over here.
Yeah, I was going to say with where you are in terms of rendering it, it will disappear and drop off fairly sharply.
No, but it's not supposed to have that much of an like. Now I'm curious about my preset. Okay, let's try this one more time. Let's just try it just to make sure I'm not being an idiot. Blueprints. So I'm going to throw in my own custom volumetrics. We did 6 by 3 by 3, right?
Sounds about right.
6 by 3 by 3. This is the height. And then we're going to set the preset. Come here, grab it, choose this one, and then apply preset. So that, you're seeing what that looks like, right? That does not look the same. Not even close to the same. Like, what the F, dude? So if I come here to my BP Ultra Volumetrics and I choose this, how do I apply? Sequencer? No. Paint mode? No. Interaction? No. Or technically I want to say yes, but I'm not gonna. Okay. Affected by third person? No. So why aren't you using the default crap that I sent you? Bro, this is kind of annoying. Like it's not, you see, it's like not, that's not the same fucking dust cloud, bro.
Any way to name the preset and then drop it in?
Well, let's see. Hold on a second. Yeah, so if I change it, it doesn't do anything. The child isn't being affected. That is That's kind of depressing. Generate overlap events, use config update. Let me just make sure there's not something I have to click inside here. Child actor class is VP ultra volumetrics. That's accurate. No advanced tab. Use attached parent bounds. No, don't care. There's no other options for it. So I guess maybe I can't use it as a... Damn, dude, that sucks.
No, the child should inherit everything the parent does, and then you can extract what you don't.
Okay, so true. However, that's not relevant. That's not the problem. There's no... It's a child actor of static mesh, and that has nothing to do with what our problem is. Our problem is that it's not pulling in the preset. No matter what I do. So I set it to alien. This should 100% should have changed this, and it's not. That's what I'm saying. And so I might have chosen the wrong volumetric, maybe. That's what I'm looking for right now, but I don't think so.
Copy the parent and make it the child.
What? That doesn't even make sense. What are you talking about?
You literally can't copy the data and make it as a child.
No. This is the parent. There's no child. That's the parent. There's only one of them.
Why?
There's only one volumetric right here. This is the parent. The whole thing I'm talking about. Okay, so this is talking about child actor class, which is nothing to do with what we're talking about at all. Like the child actor class is this, right? This is a BP volumetric. I could make this child actor class anything that I wanted it to, so that doesn't matter. But where I'm worried or not concerned, or what I'm trying to figure out here is this. I don't think this has anything to do with if we created a custom volumetrics for some reason, then we would choose that, and there is some other options. So for example, there is the volumetric ground spline stamp or painter, and we're not doing any of those. So if I choose the parent, which is the parent thingy, it doesn't pull any extra data. It's not doing what it's supposed to be doing. If I choose maybe ground, that might, it doesn't do anything. It's just changing how this interacts and how this works. And that's kind of what we're trying to get to. What my problem that I'm having is this setting right here, which is the preset, is not bringing those values over. That's the problem. And I can manually set these. And I don't know if that's going to answer my problem. I don't know. Let's look and see if there's another component that I can add in here. No, there's trail. I have the trail because I already have the one. Oh, and that's actually bad. I guess I can't have. Can I have more than one in here? Because that was your next question. Oh, I can't have more than one. I just can't add more than one. I just have to. That's kind of dumb. Damn, dude. Should the spawned actor be marked as transient? The spawned actor will also be marked transient if this component or its owner are transient, regardless of state of this flag. I don't even know what the fuck does that mean. I hate when they create things like with the assumption that like idiots know what that means. I don't know what transient means in this case. I know what transient means. It's like it's traversal, but
Put it on the Kamala interpreter.
Wait, what?
Put it on the Kamala interpreter. It will make complete sense after you've done that.
What does that even mean?
Well, the transient after the transient before the transient can come across the transient.
I hate you. Yeah.
However, why don't you manually just change the things for the moment and come back to this?
So that's my problem is okay, sure, but I don't know if I can control. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna try what you said and see if it works. If it does work, then I'm gonna write a very nasty gram to the creator of this plugin and tell them how they suck. Oh, now I don't have any control. What the fuck? Okay, child actor template. Materials. Is that a thing? No. Random. Quality. Okay, so that looks all good. Parameters. Let's look at our parameters. So I'm at. Can I copy all of the parameters? No, it doesn't work. Son of a bitch. I was hoping that'd be cool. So 3. Distance field height 0. Distance field component 0. Opacity is 2. 0.1, 0.1, 0.1, 0.1, 0.1, 1.5, 1.0. Panning speed 0.2, 0.23.
That's pretty much almost perfect now.
Huh?
I'm just looking at the images.
Yeah. I'm not doing sign pan. Curl noise is good. 0, 0, and I changed it to 10,000. Okay, well, again, that should have fucking just worked. I don't know why it's not working. Debug.
I mean, the fact that you had to manually change it as opposed to being able to just copy all the values was stupid. But
yeah,
there's probably a switch in this mod that's hidden somewhere that you have no fucking idea.
well, that's what I'm gonna go post on their forum after this and be like, hey, dude, I did the preset button and it didn't work. Okay, so the good news is through manual control of craptasticness, it does work. So cool. Wait, what the F? Okay. I'm gonna lose my brain right now. BP props. Let's throw this gas base in here. Cool. Okay, now we're gonna bring this down. Make sure that I'm matching it and lining it up. I'm gonna move it over here because I don't want it bleeding into this room. Let's bring it up all the way. That way I can see if it doesn't bleed into the room. Doesn't look like it's bleeding into the room, so that's good. Move it over just a little bit more just to be sure. Okay, cool. So that's right on that edge. Nice. I like it. Okay. Am I at the... Oh, I'm at 2 hour mark. I was like, has it already been 3 hours? Holy shit. Okay, so then we're gonna bring this down. And let's say this is the bottom. So we get a nice little effect here. That's kind of glowy, right? It's like, yay, glowy. Okay, and then we want to set our activation switch, which is this one right here. So basically when that controller is turned on, we're gonna move up. Transport time, let's say it's gonna take, for the sake of moving fast and not having to sit there and wait, we're going to use that, and then it's gonna go up 1,200, I think it was the number that we needed it to. Let's check it out. Okay, so I can see it. Looks great. I press the button. Oh shit. And it's moving. Oh damn. Oh dip. I'm dead. Okay, I'm dead. Ugh. Dying. It didn't go high enough. And then I press that and it should go back down. That's cool. Good job, Stormy. Look at you.
So you just got to adjust the height.
Yeah, so
and
here's
basically
the problem. We need to do like red gates where basically I send another thing off to another thing and then it does a switch based off of that. Because right now if I press this, the gas comes back, which is not what we want. Not that I should press this, but there's going to be some player who's going to be like, oh, let me go back there, and then they're going to press this, and then all of a sudden they're going to be like, wait a minute, the gas is coming back. Oh shit.
have it as a sever.
That's what I'm saying. No, right now no. With red gates we can, you know, like how they do, like, so you'd have another switch off of this, and then basically you parse that. What am I grabbing? Stop grabbing crap. Oh, it's gonna grab it by default now. Oh my no.
Hide the switch in the wall, so when you hit that second switch, it turns on the other switch that can't be turned off anymore, and that just becomes a master control that's hidden. So it ensures that you can't do shit then.
Yeah, I might have to. I might have to. We'll see. It's an interesting one for sure. Okay.
But you need that to be able to all reset if a person dies, and you need to go back to the start again.
That's what I'm saying. So, let's go 2,000. I think that might be too much. Honest. Let's do 1,500. Let's see. Nope. It needs to be more. 1,800. Let's try that. And then we'll do 10 seconds so it's fast. Yeah, okay, cool. Let's try it out. I didn't turn the music back on because I knew I was going to come back in the game. I didn't want to have to shut it off. I need to figure out how to mute it. Actually, while we're here, I'm going to try that real quick. Because then I don't have to worry about it with you guys. And then I'll just listen to it myself and tune it out. Okay. Okay, so I press this button. Yo, I'm gassed out. Let's go. Okay, and if I get to the bottom, that's too high. Okay. So I just need to go down a little bit. 1,500. Let's try that. It's pretty cool that it works this way. This is not what I intended to do whenever I was talking about fixing the dungeon, but this is really cool that we're doing this. This is what I actually like. So, it's good.
Trust me to distract you again with a complete rabbit hole.
Hey, actually, this is making the game better, so you're doing good. Okay, so this is good. I like it. Now I can see the bottom. I would be getting damaged here. I'd be like, trying to get up, trying my best, and I'm failing hardcore. Okay, I'm trying to fly. F you in the house. And so as
you can't walk to get back up is about the only other mechanical change in there.
Yeah, well, I need to change all this crap, but yeah. So I would be getting smoked out over here, be like, oh my god, I'm getting smoked out. It's fine. And then I come over here and I press this button, and now it's like, okay, get back in here. In the control panel, I can watch it go down. It's like, oh, we're now to safe levels again. Nice. Nice. And then they can come back through here. Yeah, I like that. That's good. That's a good choice. We did good. We did good job. Except for now that they can't move forward in the dungeon because I don't have that working, so I need to fix that. This is the logic gate for why I can't select anything now because of this stupid fucking volume. I wish I could make it non-selectable. Like, I should be able to make it non-selectable.
can't layer in those sorts of things, so it becomes part of a different layer.
No, well, no. I can make it not visible.
But that means
Damn,
you
dude.
can still select it, yeah?
So fuck. No, non-visible means it doesn't select, which is good. I just have to dive inside of it, so then I can't select it. Stupid. Okay, whatever. Anyways, this is gonna be an and switch. So that basically, when this gets turned on, that opens this door. I actually should probably link that to this. No, because then that would open that would open that door.
I was going to say, when you going to push that back a bit so they can get into the control room?
We're going to, yeah. I mean, I have to change everything now, like, so it doesn't really matter. Like, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna have to change the whole layout. But that's good that we came up with this, because now I'll know what we're gonna do with that layout and kind of how we're gonna structure that. But the answer to that is yes. The thing is basically, I'm gonna have to come up with an interesting way of doing this, because if I let them go back into the control room, what if no, let's do this. What if I make a destructible path that as you get on it, oh my F, that is gonna piss me off. What if I make a destructible path that as you get on it, breaks and falls apart? And so once you can't get to the control room, you got to come here, and then this falls apart, and if you're not fast enough. And so basically you have to kind of run, and maybe maybe the whole thing falls apart, like we start it, and it's a simulated thing, so it automatically just happens and the whole thing falls apart. So you got to run pretty quickly, because I can use Houdini to like make this cave in first. So like this comes down and this caves in, and then this is already falling apart, and then if you don't jump fast enough, then it all falls down and into here, and then grinds away, and then you're done. But see, the problem with that would be, go ahead.
I got one for you. Keep the 3 destructibles. As the gas rises, see how you got that current configuration at the moment?
Yeah.
The bottom one gets eroded out first and disappears, so they can jump from the 2 ends. You can probably make slightly smaller blocks, but basically the center of the bridge starts being eaten out first and start working out to the edges. And just from the gas rising.
I think that's fine too. Either way works, but my problem, again, if they fail, now what?
If they fail, they need to get a restart, but then you magically have this bridge back. So that's
Correct.
where it's
that's the problem.
logically fucked up. What you can do is have a road that's not destructible, but you could have gas actually activate bones that are lying on the ground. So you can get enemy that form, and that can be a different form of delay.
Yeah, but so my problem isn't that. I agree. That's an actual good. That's another good thought process too. My problem is this, right? If the gas comes all the way up, right, and it's maxed out, and I have the ability to walk over here. Okay, anyways, if I have the ability to walk over here, I can just sit here and chill. I don't care. Gas is done. Now I'm not gonna be able to move forward with my life. I don't give a fuck. The gas is there. So like, what? There's no, like, the trouble is out. So basically, all I have to do, like, and it's not that serious of a thing. All I have to do is just get on this conveyor belt and take it over. That's like that's not a hardcore puzzle. Like, okay, fuck, I just
No.
took a conveyor belt and got over.
Once you go through that room, okay. So you know how we were talking about that safety shield that was blocking the control room for the button to turn it off?
Sure.
You can have exactly the same sort of thing over under that archway to the left, so that once you pass through it, you're technically in a semi-safe zone, and then you go into the control room.
That's not my problem. I agree with you, and that is a good answer. I agree. That's not the problem though. The problem is this room, right? So if the importance is that I have 120 seconds, right? I have 120 seconds to get on a conveyor belt and ride the conveyor belt over to then step through a door. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no sense of urgency.
It shouldn't be 120 seconds.
Okay, make it 10 seconds. It doesn't matter. Like, I'm riding on a conveyor belt. Let me pause music. Like, all I'm doing is I'm pressing that button, I'm getting on a conveyor belt, and I'm going, okay, oh, the gas is rising. I'm not interactive in any way, shape, or form. Okay, the gas is rising. Okay, bye, guys. And I come through the door, and now I'm safe. Oh, woo. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing that's like making this a scary thing. There's nothing that's creating any type of urgency or sense of urgency or anything else. So I think what I would want to do, I'm gonna go out so I can come back in and turn it into the right music. That's another bug that Mester's got to fix. Our music controller is jacked. It needs to, I think the save file needs to save the default music, so that way it loads in with the right music.
I've got what you mean. It's basically, it's kind of like the first part of the puzzle you've got, the gas is now rising, but as soon as you get beyond that point, you've lost all sense of urgency, and the only time you actually have to go back in there is to do the switch to turn the cooling pipes on.
So I'm here. I don't give a fuck at this point. Like, gas rise up, baby. I don't care. Bye, gas. See you. And then I come over here. Maybe there's some monsters in here in the control room that I'm fighting. Okay, whatever. I fight some stupid monsters here. But there's no reason for this to be anything now, because it's not anything now.
Unless we set up a purging system after it. You remember I was saying before, the system has to, you and I were talking about the fact that the system has to have a reset in case a person dies.
Sure.
So that it goes back to the thing. That would be the purging reset, where it gets beyond the point and it hits the end, and if you haven't managed to reset it, you basically get immolated in a purge set. I haven't thought about how the purge would work, but the idea is basically that's that part of the system resetting itself back to default.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think that creates. It doesn't create any urgency. That's my problem. If I'm gonna make this room be what this room is, then I want a sense of urgency. That's the whole reason why we're doing this, is because it is cool and it's like effective, right?
Well, you can do that. You can do that in two ways. The first switch is turning the system on. So basically, you can have your auditory and all that sort of thing. When the system gets beyond a certain point, you could say cooling pipes need to be activated. You could have the audio basically going, activate cooling pipes, emergency activate cooling pipes, out of control acting. You know what I mean? And have the system of urgency built up in another way. And if you don't hit the timer in time, you can have, activating emergency venting, which basically can draw all the oxygen out or whatever it is. And at that point, if you haven't got shit done, you're dead. And that's your hardcore respawn.
But why would I? Okay, sure. I'll bite. Why would I care about that once I'm on the other side?
Because
so
that becomes
I press
part
this
of
button.
The area that's vented.
Oh shit! I missed it. Okay. No, I pulled it.
Because that becomes part of the area that's vented.
So I'm at 60 seconds, right? And this is a 60 second. It took me less than 60 seconds to get across. Now I'm across, and it's not even like I got a whole like 10 minutes I can sit here and play with my fucking life and then be like, oh, okay, cool. So at 60 seconds, that's 1 whole minute, right? I still have a lot of time. I'm not taking, now I'm probably taking a little bit of damage. Okay, a little bit of hurt. Okay, well, fine, I'll just get rid of it. And then you
Do you remember
press the
Halo on
button.
fire systems?
Yes, I was in the Navy for 20 years.
Okay. When a fire goes off in an area, is it only that area, or is it a slightly expanded area that gets hit with the halon?
It's only the area that it. So, like, for example, if I had a halon system here, you have normally the kicker is however long it takes for you to run out of the space. So if it took you 25 seconds to run out of space from where the halon thing is, you get 25 seconds, and then basically the whole space is unbreathable, and they fucking fire it with halon.
Alright. So, if we argue that the gas that's rising gets to a point where it starts spilling into the control room, and you activated something like the halon system, whether it's a vacuum system or a halon system, the control room itself would be affected.
Yeah, but that's not my problem. I agree with you. These are all great
No,
ideas, but it's not
no, my
solving
point
my
being is,
problem. Go ahead.
your timer is still stuck. If you don't get shit done within that timer, you're dead.
Yeah, I don't care about that. Like, I get it. That's good. That's not. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I agree with you, but that doesn't solve my problem. My problem is I don't have anything to do other than ride this stupid pony. I'm riding this pony from point A to point B, and that's it. Now my trip is here. It doesn't. There's nothing. What I'm saying is there's nothing here that from point A to point B during that process other than just riding a pony and saying, "Oh, this is a cool little ride," and now I'm over here. I get that, if I didn't do that fast enough because I stared at a wall before pressing the button to click
Okay,
on there, that I get
I've got what
vented and I
you're thinking.
die.
No, I've got what you're thinking. So basically, we'll call the gas thing in the effect, however it's cleaned up, we'll call that the passive trap of it's happening over time. Inside of that, you want another effective stopgap measure that's happening that you need to deal with.
I think that from when I start this gas trap, that I should have something to deal with from here to over there. Otherwise, it's just me jumping on this bad boy and saying, "Okay, let's go," and then I ride it over, So I'm thinking,
Laser beams that you got to jump. No,
huh?
that's too soon. No, it's just the classic. You switch on the engine, start up the things, and next thing you got laser beams that are being produced as part of the mechanical process.
Well, so and that's true too. Like we could do something. I thought about, like the easy answer is some um I put in some pipes that basically are changing their spaces or whatever, and you have to time it through. So I'm fine with that. I think that's a thing. So for example, let's just do it for the sake of it. Dude, this is gonna piss
Ah,
me
wait,
off. Like,
wait.
fuck
You've got the
you.
conveyor system. We were talking about the conveyor system from the mines, so that when you turn this on, the conveyor belt starts up. You can use that as an environmental.
So that's what I was gonna say. Like, I think what we could do is I could have yeah, let's do this. So I'll pull in a sliding block, and then I'll put it here, and then here, and then here. So then I do my draw debug. Cool. And then it's gonna go down.
What if, you know how you got the sliding block that goes across? What if instead of that being a sliding block across, you just have it extrude from the wall and you have a series of platforms you've got to jump, but the conveyor belts are between them, they're spewing out material. So the idea is to basically physically dodge them through jump or something.
So you're on the same path that I'm on, I think. I'm going to kind of show you my idea process. So we have auto trigger activate thingy. And what I'm thinking that we can do is once we turn this on, it will oscillate. Boom, 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 boom. And so what this is this is a conveyor belt, and I'll have a dumping system over here. And so basically when I turn this on, it's it's dropping particle, or not particle, but it's dropping aether crystals onto the conveyor belt, and then those are getting crushed by this. Vroom, 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 right?
Yeah.
And so I have
And we
multiple
can,
of these.
yeah, and you can just use that as the way of getting around. You can actually have an old remnants of a bridge that used to be there that's just basically shown that it's broken.
No, I think it's conveyor belt. I think it's I make a whole conveyor belt. And so
No,
the
no, no,
idea,
but that's not how someone would normally walk through the room to get to the other side. Do you know what I
uh,
mean?
well,
So
that's
you
down
can put a
here,
remnant.
right? And then we say it's broken, like the bridge
Now,
portion from here to get up, like you normally would get up, that's
yeah, you could just,
broken.
that's broken.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
that
that
way
works.
we have we have the catwalk for the bottom for if I need to get back, right? And I can get back. And then I have the reasoning here. And then the other thing I can also do, this is kind of cool. I can actually have another one here. So this is like super stupid, that pushes out, right? And so basically what happens is the conveyor belt moves, it gets crushed, it gets put over here and then spits it, and this is what spits it out and drops it into this area to be grinded through.
I've got one possible change to that. Imagine all of those blocks were above the drill points. Okay, and each of them were dropping materials, but they'd light up. So you'd be basically playing magical scares of trying to jump around it.
Wait, what?
And see all the drill heads
I mean, yes, I see them.
have the conveyor belt basically drop rocks from above onto the drill heads, however you want to do it. The idea being basically you're playing magical squares to get out of the way. Trapdoor scenario.
Uh, I think that's too complex, man. I'm
Probably.
kind of okay with it. I think it's too complex in the sense that now I have multiple drop points for the crap, and then I'm like,
No, you just call it the even load distribution system.
oh, I'm not. Yeah, we could justify it however we want to. I'm not arguing that. I think where I'm going with this is that
Yeah, let's go what we were both initially talking about, using the side there, and then just basically playing um, stay on the right square or get squished.
so I think that I don't know which switch that is. This is alternating trigger. Yeah, so I need an alternating trigger switch. Bring that up. Bring that over. And so basically, this alternating trigger will have all of these go here. Click this B. Okay, cool. So all of these will be based off of this alternating trigger. I might have a delay, but for the sake of right now, I'm not. And then once I click this button, they basically turns on the alternating trigger. So show debug. So it's off. And if I turn this on, what? What? That's not doing what it's supposed to be doing, or the debug is broken. I'm hoping the debug is broken. Okay, so while it's on, initial start delay. So I don't want any initial start delay. Let's say the alternating or the alternate interval seconds is every, I come down, poof, 1, 2, 3, up, 1, 2, 3, down, 1, 2. So let's do 2. Let's just do 2 for fast sake
Yeah, I
right
was going.
now.
You wouldn't want it longer than 3.
And this is travel time 1 second minus 650. Let's see what happens. I don't know why it's not turning on. It should turn on, so I don't know. Let's see. Not turning on. Oh, there you go. Boom. 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 There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Now we got some cooking with the bookings. Okay, so let's say this takes more than 10 seconds. Let's say this takes 30 seconds to get from point A to point B. Okay, so I turn that on. Oh, that's super bad. So if I come here, I get smushed. You're gonna have to like run through, try to avoid it. You're like, oh god, I'm gonna get smushed. Okay, whew. Yeah, I like it.
When is it all of them? You're gonna have them all in sync like that?
So I can, or it depends on how I want to do it. So, I can add another delay switch on each one of these, and so then basically, it will delay this signal coming in and out. So there's another switch for a delay, that
See
I
how
can add.
what I was thinking. See how you got 4 there. Put another 3 or 4 between them. Have them on an alternating. So it was kind of like 2 separate sets of pistons, and then try and run through it.
Sure. I mean, again, like I said, it's not hard. So basically, I grab this, come here, grab these 3, and I switch them over to this. And these ones should only be going to that one. And then this would be
Well, you said 2, so it'd be a 1-second delay.
What?
You said the other thing was going to alternate on 2, so if you put a 1 delay on it, it can stay with all those same figures.
Correct. I see what you're saying. Look at that
This is
shit
more
show.
Yeah, this is more I actually want to see how you can maneuver through it.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Okay, now this is good. This is good. I actually like that. That's cool. Yeah, that was fun. Because you gotta look from the side. Oh, nope. Damn. Got him, coach. Yeah, so that one's kind of fun. Okay, I like this. This is a good idea. This is a smart idea. Okay, let's hurry up. Get there. There you go. I want to try it again. Let's go. Ugh. Okay, let's go. Oh, shit.
Turned it off.
Yeah, so I need to connect it to this. So we're going to take this and then connect like this, like this. Let's put it up here. That way it's easier for me to understand. Okay, so that means the input needs to be here and the input needs to be there. Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay, so that makes more sense. Let's try that out. Nope. Oh shit. Oh, that almost fell off. No, what do I do? Oh god. Oh god. No, dead. I would have been dead.
Your timing on this could be really interesting.
Okay, so we need to do something real quick. Okay. this is our BP sliding block base, right? Where the fuck is this at? So this is our sliding block base. This is the child. I think this is the child. Or is this the parent? BP sliding block. Okay, no, that is not the parent. Okay. Wait, is it? No, that's the parent. So this is our sliding block. Okay, cool. I'm going to add a point light to this bad boy. Because that was my annoyance that I was having. And then let's put it like here, and let's make it kind of orange. It's going to use candelabras. 500 radius. I think that's probably too much, but whatever. We'll stick with it for now. Okay. And then there should be an event for when it gets activated. There isn't probably right now, and that's fine, whatever. Oh, of course I put it on the wrong, because they're facing the wrong thing. Son of the bitch. Okay, well.
Just gonna make myself a coffee. I'll be right back.
Yeah, man. I'll be here. I'm curious to see if what direction that moves. Okay, that moves in the right direction, so... Oh, shit. No. No. Okay. Yo. No. Nice. Nice. So I could actually move backwards without it affecting. It's off right now. And then it starts them back up. Boom, boom. Oh shit. Oh no. Oh! There's no... Damn, that one sucks. Okay. Nice. I come back. Yeah, that's nice. Okay. So I have the ability to kind of have this platformed out. This is my sliding block. Okay. What if I make this a platform instead? So instead of a cube, wait, what am I using? What the F? Okay. Oh, that's why. Because I'm using a mesh material. No. What? It's using mesh material and static to, so I can set that per thingy bingy. That's kind of cool because I could definitely just go here and then just set it to be whatever I wanted it to be. Yeah, okay. I guess. I don't know if that's the answer. I don't know if that's the answer or not. Because what I don't want to have it on all of these, obviously, and I want those pistons to work that they were working, which is cool. Like, no, okay, no, no. Almost fall off. If you try to do this any other way, you're gonna die. What if I stay on this edge? Do I die? No, I don't die. Oh, cheater! I'm cheating. And then I can follow it back. Yeah, okay. So I like that. Basically, this turns on that agency that we were talking about having, right? Because I care about going from point A to point B and having it look right, and that's what I really want. Is I want to make it feel like, hey, I've done what I'm supposed to do. So good job, yay me. And I have to do it within 60 seconds. So, oh shit, I already messed up. Okay, well, I'm dead. So, turn this off. Okay, that should raise it back down. Okay, the gas is subsided. We're back down to normal levels. And I turn it back on, and I turn it on, and I'm running. Okay, now, whoa, why am I flying? Oh, I set myself to fly, that's why. Oh, no, okay. No, oh, damn, dude. Okay, that's not gonna work. And now I'm dead. Yeah, as a player, I'd be pissed off, because the timing is messed up. But let's say I got all the way across. It took, what, 30 seconds to get across? Oh my god. Okay. So I got across. I get to the door. The door opens. I'm like, oh, whew, I made it. Okay, now it's all gassed, and if I'm in there, I'm dying. And then I come in here. And now the door opens back up. And I have to... and then get back through. So I'll take a little bit of damage. And then I can watch it subside. It should subside. It is subsiding. Okay, cool. And so then I can see like a little indicator showing the levels, and it's going down, and then I'll know, okay, cool, we've purged the system. Be like, yay. So now the system's being purged. It's working like it should. And it's crunching and punching. I'm like, okay, cool. And then now I go to the cryo section. Door locks on me. Those get lit. The beacons are lit. And then that's when the cryo pods drop in, and now I got to deal with the skeletons. Oh yeah, perfect parry, baby. Ow. Okay, I can't block any of them? Come on. There we go. I'm not able to block any of those hits. That should open that door, which it does. I press that button, which opens that door. Yay. Unlock that door. Now I'm back to the main area.
And back.
Hi, buddy.
Hey, I just had one question. I wasn't sure this was catered for. In that room, when you press the button and the platform starts to move.
Yeah.
Let's say you get pushed off and you fall onto the catwalk, run back to the start point. If the platform is at the other end, can you summon it back?
Yeah. So if I press this button, it turns off the systems, and then the platform comes back.
Whereas if you do it at the other end, it just simply will push the platform back, but not turn off the system.
No, it'll turn the system back. It'll turn the system off. So here, I'll show you. Wait for this to fully seat itself. Okay, seated itself. So if I come over here, okay, yay! Try not to get killed by these things. Ooh. I found out the cheat. I just sit on the corner. I'll have to make the platform smaller, but if I stay like this, then I just made it. Anyways, you come over here. If I come over here and I do this, then everything stops and the platform returns.
always jump, and you can always jump to the catwalk to get back to the other side.
Yeah. So I could, if I needed to right now, I could basically get on the catwalk, follow the catwalk across, and so that's how we would do that piece. I was kind of thinking about, obviously I don't want these all to have lights, so I think what I'll do is, I'm not gonna do it right now because we're hitting the 3-hour mark, and I'm thinking I'm probably gonna end the stream here in the next 10-15 minutes. But what we could do is we can I'm gonna make the platform smaller, not by too much. I'm trying to think, do we have it a platform or do we have a conveyor belt?
You can try both out, but the blocks themselves, you can change that into a material that drops down rather than necessarily having blocks. So it could be like the conveyor belts just basically dump material out. So there's different ways to do it.
So what I'm thinking is instead of, so there's a couple different ways that we could do this. We could say this is world position, right? So world position would be negative x, no, negative y, xy. So negative y. So let's do 300 and then 0, right? So if I pull this down, this is the other thought I was talking about. What if we have a piston that's here, okay, and then we have the conveyor belt running, so the conveyor belt's moving, and then what happens is basically the conveyor belt's moving, and then this is pushing the crystals out. So that's smushing the crystals, and then that's pushing them out. It's like poosh, and then pushing them off.
Yep, that works. Can you jump onto the piston? That'd be the question.
Yeah, you can definitely do that right now. I mean, if I change the size, no, but right now the answer to that is yes. Oh, that's hideable? Whoa, that's kind of cool. So if I switch this up to, because this has, what does these have? This has a 2-second delay, so that's 3. This basically is every 1 second. Shit, with a 1-second delay, I think is what I need to do. Yeah, I think that's what I need to do. I think that's the answer. We'll find out here in 2 seconds. So, down. Yeah.
So we're running conveyor belt. You're going to have material on it, so you'll actually be standing on the material.
Yeah.
Or we can point out that it's working, but it's not actually putting any material out because that part of the process is broken, hasn't been activated, unless you activate it somewhere else.
No, I think when you press the button, I think what I want is when you press the button here, so the thing that activates the drills, that also has like a chute that shits out particles. And so what happens is this is, instead of doing a moving platform like we currently have, what I'm thinking is we do a conveyor belt, right? So, I mean, okay, I don't want a sphere. That is not what I chose.
I agree with the conveyor belt. That worked.
So if we do WA, let's make it green so I can differentiate it. Okay, I guess green was a bad choice. Let's use orange, and then let's make it probably 10. No, just need, okay, never mind, 60. Yeah, okay, it's better. That'll be, so 1 player is 1, so it needs to be 3 player wide, and then 0.2. Okay, yep. So this is our conveyor belt, right? And the conveyor belt is static, going all the way across. Maybe that's too long, so maybe 40. Yeah, And so what'll happen is it shits down the aether crystals, and the aether crystals are getting moved along the conveyor belt, and your job is to run across the conveyor belt. And so that way we're not like timed like we were before, where you had to like kind of time it together. Basically, oh, here's the problem though. I could run across. Damn. I can just run across. Like, okay, don't even need it. Or maybe, oh, okay, now I got it. What we can do is the conveyor belt will come out of the door. It'll be retracted, and then the conveyor belt, when this turns on, basically it's retracted, and then when you press the button, it comes out, starts shitting the product out, and those get smashed. Bam, 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 bam. And then so basically you have kind of two options. Once you turn it on, oh god, what the heck? Once I turn it on, I'm basically trying to work through here. I can't jump up above it right now. So I'm trying to run through here and get through. No, I liked the other way better.
All the smashes.
Yeah, because while this is probably more logical, this is probably the better answer. The other way was more fun.
Have the other smashes, but at the very end have the one that pushes out, so it pushes the material off.
No, I agree with that too. I agree with you. But what I'm saying is I was thinking we would use a conveyor belt. That's why I wanted to do something like that. I was thinking we could do a conveyor belt. Here, let me move that up. We changed this timer to what, 1 and 1? Yeah.
You're going back to the platform.
Yeah, I think because the platform is more fun, you know?
Well, what you can do is instead of having a conveyor belt, you can actually just have a set of platforms as a conveyor belt. So that one's there, and then another one comes out the wall with material on it, another one comes out the wall, material on it, spread at the same thing, so you can jump on each one. Do you know what I mean?
Wait, what?
You've only got one platform there, but imagine if it was a conveyor belt of platforms, so there were gaps between each platform.
Well, so wait. I know it's hard to describe because you're looking at things, but
yeah.
Where
basically where you jump on that single platform.
So let's call that a platform, and then everything else is pistons.
Yep, and we'll call the rest pistons. Now imagine if you actually had multiple platforms that move along like a conveyor belt with gaps in between, so that when you jump on, you have to make sure you jump onto a platform, still go through the process, but there are blocks coming behind you and there are blocks in front of you. So it's like a conveyor belt in that sense.
So that is a good idea. My problem with that would be, this is the first time we're introducing this process, and if we follow game logic, we're supposed to do crawl, walk, run, right? And so I would argue that we're at walk/run already. Like, this is not easy, right? So
the other way is completely ignore the fact that it's being used as smashes for material and call them pistons, literal pistons that are associated with turning the drills.
Ooh, that's true too. Yeah, that's a good point.
That way you don't have to fuck yourself with having material being produced and all that sort of thing, and you know, screwing around with having it rendered down into a dust or something.
Well, I mean, that's not hard. Like, it's a particle system. It's a Niagara particle system. And then I just enable collision, and then we keep the collision on for the duration of the particle system. And so it'll kind of work itself out. That's not super hard, honestly. Especially if I only am spawning like 4 or 5. It is what it is. But to your point, I like your idea better. I think having them be physical pistons is a better option. It does save on my requirement to make a particle system and all that other crap. But I think having multiple platforms, while that does add the complexity, I think that's also too soon,
Oh
too
no,
early.
no. If we were going the material, putting them on to be smacked, I'd absolutely say the multiple platforms or the conveyor belt was a better idea logically. If we're going the pistons, then having one like a maintenance thing is not an issue in my head. It makes sense.
Okay, so what if this is okay. What if this is a maintenance thing, right? And okay, now I'm thinking. Now you got me thinking. So what if I do something like this?
Are you thinking the other way, where you actually have a little mini control on it, and basically you're trying to use it to jerk yourself past?
Yep.
Yeah, that could work.
Yep. I 100% think that that's the cool route to go. So if we do something like this, maybe 0.2. Yeah, okay, cool. And then we make this, what was it, 50? Yeah, okay, so we make that 50. And then what we do is we basically, this is your control across. And then we basically have buttons that get you across. No. So what
That's
if I...
possibly a little too mechanical. You still want people to try and dodge shit.
Yeah, your point, that's a good point. Okay. I'm just trying to understand why the fuck this exists. Like logically. Like I understand, I like it right now. I like what it is. I like how it works. I like how it feels. That was very fun. But why does it exist? Like why did they create this? What function does this serve? That's what I'm trying to figure out right now.
We could look at it from a maintenance perspective, but then you go, if it's a maintenance perspective, why are you turning on the pistons at the same time?
Facts.
So instead of saying that the pistons are related to the maintenance thing, why not connect the pistons to the drills?
So we can, right? So if
when the gas is turned on, the pistons also turn on.
And I think that's kind of where I was going. I think that's an okay idea. So let's see what that looks like.
So the question is, why do we even turn it on if we can just use the maintenance to get to the other side? What is important about turning this on?
Well, we know that because you have to turn on this to start the other part and open the other doors, right? So if I just do this, then I die because I just sit here and I'm like, okay, well, whatever. But now I need to get across. And if I don't turn that on and I get across, okay, cool, I got across, but nothing's happening and those doors aren't opening. So you have to turn that on no matter what to be able to move on to the next zone. So now I'm playing dead game, and now I'm dead. Bam, you know? And so if I didn't turn that on, I could be over here, but I won't be able to get through this door, which will be here. This is like the protection door or whatever. And so I won't be able to get through there to get in here to open the second door, which opens that one right there, which is right here. So I think this makes sense. Yep. I agree. That's
yeah, I think we've got it to where it's working.
Yeah, that's good logic. I like it. So basically all of this is good. Cube is good. I'm gonna have to basically redo all of these because I'm gonna have different logic because they need to look like pistons, not look like cubey thingies. But the point is these.
You'll need to take the logic from the pistons and put it over onto the other switch.
I already did. Yeah, they're already there. Yeah, you can't. It's kind of hard to see with all the thingies going on, but yeah, they're going to this one, and this one goes to moving the platform, and that's how the platform moves back or forth.
Alright, that works. So reality, all it is designing the far end to basically block it off so that you have to have the other switch on.
I mean, it's kind of already there. So if I grab these, right, and I move them forward, and I grab this, I need to get rid of those lights because I don't want that on every single. We like literally put it on every single block. Okay, so now what I'll do is I will remove this, and so basically, what is this for? Oh, that's for the cryo. Okay. Wait, what? Oh, it doesn't have a debug. That's right. He didn't have a debug. Okay. Anyways, so that goes to this one. So that basically goes to this switch. So when this gets turned on, that gets turned on. Right? Yeah, that's what turns on the cryo. Okay, got it. That's what turns that on. Yeah, I'm just making sure I understand it. And then this is what turns on the... Yep, I hit it because I fucking got sick and tired of clicking it. That's what turns on the gas. Okay. So that's our gas. And then this is also what turns the gas off. So now what we need to say is if I click... If I click this, nothing happens. If I click this, that should turn this on. So this is an and. Okay.
Oh, okay. When you turn the switch on that starts the gas and starts the pistons, at the back, that door that's closed should open up and the cryos tubes that you have going across should start feeding through. So the door's effectively open for you then.
Yep, that's exactly what we just did. So now it's open. This one will be closed. I'll get that set up. But basically I've opened it up to where this door will be usable now. So I'll be able to come through and be like, cha-ching, okay, got it. And then I can come in here. We'll have a spawner with skeletons in here. Basically, I'll have to fight some off. I think that's what I want to do for this area. I'll come in here, turn that off, which then pushes the gas down and fixes the gas. So now the gas is all in a safe location. Everything's still functioning because that's what we want. We want to say the factory is still working, right? And so the factory is still working, which is great. Everything is good. I can come back through here. If I wanted to come back in here, I could come back in here. This is independent of that, so I could call that thing back over if I wanted to. And I wouldn't really ever go back here.
Well, theoretically, when you finish this particular wing, there's a shortcut back, yes?
There is a shortcut, but what I'm saying is, like, I wouldn't ever go back through here. If I wanted to, I could, which turns everything off, and now I'm fucked because now I've locked all the doors, and basically I got to do everything back again. So, but my question is, does this raise the gas? And the answer is yes. I think. Yeah, it does.
Well,
so that's gonna be the problem. So I will have to, I think we're gonna have to get a one-way trigger at some point. I think that's a new thing that I'll probably want to aim for, is a one-way trigger. So that way, I don't ever have to worry if they come back here and start fucking with this, then that, or maybe it can like reset everything. That's something we don't have yet, and I do want that. Wait, actually we do have that. I think it's only on these though. Yeah, it's only on those. Okay. It does exist, but okay. Anyways, I think we're in a good spot. This is pretty good. Are you gonna be free this time tomorrow? No, you're not. No. Or are you?
No, Sunday should be.
Okay, if you're free this time tomorrow, maybe you can help me work through this side and do the same thing so that we make a logical reasoning behind this. And I like it, but I want to make it logical like what this is, because I what I do like about this is very good now. It's logical, makes sense. I like it. This is good.
So we've got the ether generation on this side. And what do you want to have on the other side?
Well, so originally the thought process was this is where traps are. And why there's traps on this side, I don't fucking know. That's something we got to think about. But
well, the one thing you're missing is we're getting all these skeletons appear from nowhere. So where are they coming from?
That's true, but why would I go the Aether side first? Or do they go this side first? Which side do they do first?
It doesn't matter, does it?
No, it does matter. Right now they can't do this side until they've done this side. So you have to go do this side first right now.
Well, okay. In that case, you call it, that's turning the lights on so you can actually see what to do. So power generation side.
Yeah, so you're pumping Aether into the system, right? So now everything's got Aether coming through it. And so that's how this side works. And maybe this side is where we have all the cryo generation and stuff, but that's also kind of where traps are introduced as well. So that might be some thought process, but either way, we have in the boss fight, we have 4 cryo generating rails that drop, and those come from both sides. So I was thinking of having some, like in the display thingy up here in the ceiling, I was thinking about having like cryos hanging already, so that way it hints that, oh shit, there's something there, and I can show like, you know, a little opening for that cryo to come in through here, because the player can never get here, nor would they ever get here, but they could visually see it while they're running through, you know, and be like, oh, what the hell, and see, okay, that's where all the stuff is coming from.
You're thinking like a cave full of bats when you look up at the roof and you realize, oh fuck.
Yeah, exactly. So if while they're down here and they're fucking around, this is where they see how the rail system works, and they're like, oh, okay. And so that's kind of what introduces them to the concept. And maybe they don't see it. They should see it while they're walking through here. If we do the sight lines right, they should see some dangling stuff there, and then go, oh, okay. And then when they get up here, they could look back, because this is the shortcut path. They could look back and see the dangling cryos that go into the main room, and maybe even see into the main room.
Yeah, when we turn the ether generation on is when you can see the cryopods light up top, so you can see all the skeletons hiding out inside them.
Yeah. Well, that's not a bad idea either.
Yeah, so basically, effectively, by lighting up the dungeon, you get to see sidelines you couldn't necessarily see before, or, you know, vague outlines.
Mm-hmm.
So your dungeon can become a lot more neon, for the lack of better words. The other side with if we're talking about skeleton generation, there's actually different ways, because you think about it with animal laboratories, you have your cages and things separated and all those sorts of things. So there's a number of different ways you can actually build that up really well.
Well, so what I'm thinking is obviously he needs a pit of dead bodies, right? And so he needs a place to create the cryopods. He needs a pit of dead bodies. And then he needs
Does it have to be dead bodies, or could it just be a bone pit? And that's one of the reasons skeletons are also weird with their different head styles and all that sort of thing, because it's literally Lego putting shit together.
No, I'm thinking more like they're willing sacrifices type thing. I think it's not active anymore. Like, so there's a quote unquote finite number in reality, right? Because he's not getting any sacrifices anymore. So what I'm thinking is we have a room somewhere. What I was thinking is having a room over here that the player can see, but they can't actually do anything with, and it would have like a metric shit ton of cryo tubes just lined up with like complex rail systems. So that way it gives the idea like, holy crap, like he's got like a billion, you know, skeletons already lined up and whatever else. And so you can just see it. You can't actually go in there and do anything with it.
One question.
Mm-hmm.
The skeletons that we see are basically the most decomposed of all. You would agree?
If I like, well, yes. And if I know where you're going, I'm going
The
to say no,
fresher
but
corpses.
yes.
No. The fresher corpses would be obviously more towards the zombie type things. If we were talking about scaling monster type things, that's one way of showing the skeletons are the weakest and the zombie types become far stronger. If you wanted to go that route. If we're
It's
staying
not.
with still the kids' idea route, then we can just actually have a deflesher type machine built in there that can be part of the traps. So you're debriding the corpses of their flesh.
That's also hardcore. Not saying that I don't like it. I'm fine with that, I guess. So what we could do, we could have. You know what? You know what? I like that. So that's what we can do here. These are gas traps, and so I can have that gas spawn, and basically inside here we'll have a bunch of skeletons that are on the floor, and that's basically what happens is so basically they would send all of the volunteers in there, they would gas them out, get rid of all their skin, because like the gas that was created
before we go too far.
Yeah.
So we're gonna send a whole bunch of people into a gas shower and
Yeah.
Understand?
Yeah. Hey, I'm fine with it.
Okay.
Hey,
That's all right.
I'm fine with it.
Just make sure I do the words on that really carefully.
Yeah, you need to be very careful. I would agree. Damn. Hardcore. Hey, look, history is reality. Okay, that's why this guy is dead. That's why you gotta go kill him. He's horrible. Anyway,
Well,
they listen.
You remember those beetles they used to clean the bones in museums?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, look. These guys volunteered. They weren't forced. Okay, they volunteered. Well, that's how we'll say it. Well, yeah, that's okay.
Yeah,
Interesting point. Let's think about it.
We will be careful on that one.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a real good point. Okay, so anyways, let's assume that we do it like it's a heat. No, okay, there's no good way. It's a trap that removes skin from bones, so that way the bones can be reanimated later. And so
if we focus it that way, it's going to work.
Yeah, okay.
That's the focus we have to concentrate on.
Look, I think I can foresee the first week be like, listen, these people basically made Hitler, and I'll be like, ah shit. We can come back to this conversation. Anyways, so
We'll get the trap built and figure it from there.
Yeah, that's it. Anyways, so we'll have a room with the trap that removes skin from bones, and then they take the bones into the next room, which is where they get infused. So we'll have like a little room that kind of shows the infusion process, right? And so we can do that. There's no special traps there. Yeah.
Well, it can be the infusion process by where if you activate it, you actually infuse a couple of bones that they actually create your own enemies on yourself.
I think that would be kind of cool too, because then you could farm that area if you wanted to. So basically, like,
limited farming, because if you said there's X amount of bones in this room, right? Rather than having them generate in this room, it's just a simple, we'll call it a spike trap to hold the people in place while the gas slowly takes their flesh away.
Yeah, that's not making it any better, but anyways.
I know. Then to the next room where the bones basically get infused. What you could say is that the room can't be farmed for skeletons because there's only X amount of bone skeletons left in that's a scouring room. So you could farm it for a couple of corpses, but that's about it.
Well, I don't think so. I don't want you to have to pick up corpses and deal with all that. I think that's extra. So what I would probably say is there's like maybe 4 or 5 cryo chambers in there, and one of the ways that you are able to get inside is turning, like, you have to press a button and that lets you get inside, And what that does is that actually auto infuses. So you'll see the infusion process happen, and then that's the enemies that spawn. So then you'll have like 5 or 6 that spawn there from the infusion process, and you're like, oh shit. And so that tells you, hey, this is the infusion. That also has a little bit of enemies that you have to fight. And then from the infusion, we need to go to the cryo room so you can see all of the skeletons
area. Yeah.
where they're all stored. And that's just a pass through, so you'll kind of like pass through it and look at it and be like, holy shit, that's amazing. And then you come over here, you activate that, and then that comes back down here. So we do need to, again, that's going to probably redesign a lot of this side, which I'm fine with. But the point is we need to have traps on this side. And one of them, so how we're going to figure out how to make this logically work, I don't know. Damn, dude.
No, it's all right. I like, you know, where I was talking about the spike traps holding the bodies in place while the gas gets rid of the flesh. You can build traps into the rooms in that way, like where you're infusing the skeletons. You can actually have traps so that the skeletons don't get out of control and suddenly attack you.
That's true too. That's not a bad option. I think that would be less like spikes. We might go more futuristic then. Maybe I'll do like a laser beam or something like.
Yeah. There's different ways to play it, but the idea is basically it's a different form of interaction from the other side. That way you don't feel like you're doing the same sorts of puzzles, and because it's also a very different idea from the mechanical power generation over to the more laboratory type thing. Having different types of puzzles makes complete sense.
That's an interesting thing. Okay. I'll have to think about that, because then we could have to make a different type of trap. But that shouldn't be too hard, because the logic is the same as the spike trap. So basically, we just spawn the force field, and then the force field is spawn, and then when the skeletons run through this force field, they automatically die. If you run through the force field, you would also die too. So, that is doable. Yeah, that's definitely doable.
Different ways to play it as we look at each of the rooms. I'll chuck some notes down and throw them in Discord in a couple of hours, or I'll PM you directly rather than putting Dev.
Yeah, well, the thought process that you have to make sure that you ensure that you do is again, the whole purpose of this dungeon is to teach you. We don't have any of those traps. Like, there's no spike traps inside here. The only traps that exist inside here are the gas ones. So that's fine. I think we have a good answer for the gas trap. I like what you did. But we're not going to have any of those force field traps or anything else. And these teach you to dodge. So we need to figure out how to basically have the slicer thingy. Here, let me show you just so you're tracking it real quick. Some way we need to come up with the slicer and how the slicer functions. I don't know. Maybe it's like an exhaust system or whatever, and like part of the thingy, it like exhausts and spits out a bunch of, crap. I don't know. But either way, the point is we need the ability to teach them that dodge method, because that's the whole purpose of the other side, is to teach them how this works. So
we should have one room that has failed experiments. Shit that basically has been created but has not worked out and it's been put aside for further study. So you could have some odd skeletons, odd other things in there that could be.
But that's hard to explain. You know what I mean? Like, that's hard to explain. I want it to be more nuanced. Like, why is there a spitting trap here? You know what I mean? Like, it's spitting out this wave. Why does that exist? And so maybe I don't have an actual wave. Maybe we can do something else.
There's an easier answer for that.
What's that?
The guy in charge, the skeleton boss.
Yeah.
He's in his throne room.
Yeah.
Okay. Have a side door in the throne room. Go straight to the bedroom, and all of this is just his internal defense against someone coming to his bedroom. Because he goes to the lab. Do you know what I mean?
Okay. I'm kind of on board with that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, well, he wasn't a skull in the beginning. He was a human. So you can have his living chambers at that end would have the control that you need to unlock the throne room.
Yeah, I mean, kind of. I'm not opposed to that idea. I think that's the cheap answer. I think I would probably, if we can come up with a more facility-based answer, I think that's better.
Not a problem. I can do that.
But I mean,
it can also be, and this is the other thing, the rats in the maze check. This can actually be the practical rats in the maze, testing your skeleton soldiers, see how they do, blah blah blah, robustness.
Sure. And I think those are another, again, I think that's another like cop out answer. I think, and that's fine, it'll work. I don't know if that's what I would want. I think the most ideal, what I like most about what we did today is this makes sense and it works, right? And so I would want something similar where this system over here makes sense for what we're trying to do and how we're turning on the facility. So that way, while the player is going through, they're turning on the facility and they don't know they're turning on the facility. And then they're also interacting as if, again, they were, a normal person in the facility, and this is what you'd have to deal with.
When we fall in the bottom of the pit, okay, and we have to get ourselves back out on the gas side.
Yeah.
What we're looking at down below with the traps and all that sort of thing, that could be if you're doing the experiment, you're creating life, something goes wrong, you could use a purge and basically drop it into there to make sure it gets killed off. If you as a player fall into it, you have to get yourself out, but it's not necessarily the direct passage you need to get through to the other end. It could be literally a separate diversion where you can just basically go. Logically, if you do everything correctly, you'll never go in there, but if you fuck up, you could fall in there. And then you have to get yourself out.
I think that falls along the same lines as the other two suggestions.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I'm just working a way that reasonably keeping those type of traps that you've got there.
They don't have to be kept. So that's what I'm saying. Like we can get rid of this. I just did this because, again, the idea is I need to teach them to dodge this shit, right? And so, I think maybe we have a room that has like 5 engines and the engines do like an exhaust, right? And every X amount of seconds they're doing an exhaust, and that exhaust is throwing something out and you have to like dodge it. That's fine too, because it's teaching you, the point is if something's coming my way, I need to dodge it. And that's what we need to teach the player in this side, because we didn't teach them that on this side. What we taught them on this side was, movement and kind of how I need to progress through, and that these cryo thingies happen and I gotta fight with these cryo thingies. That's kind of what this side is to teach the player, is about movement and everything else.
How's this for logic? The volunteer comes in, he gets his flesh stripped off, he goes to the next room where he's turned into a skeleton. In the next room, is he keeping his previous memories of how to fight, or are we going to engage a system that would teach him how to fight, which would involve these types of traps?
I think they should. I think again we're on the same path of we're justifying the traps rather than making a system and building it around. I don't want. No, I agree.
I'm just looking at whether the skeletons have a brand new personality or they have the existing personality.
No, I think they have. I think they're not gonna have to relearn. I don't think we need a skeleton training boot camp. I think again the idea should be is that they go in, they get their shit removed, then they go and they get reanimated because they basically die at that point, right? They all dead. They get picked up by the coroner guy. He drags their bodies in, puts them into the room, or maybe they put them on a conveyor belt, and the conveyor belt moves them into the location. Maybe that's something that can be done. So maybe the conveyor belt, like the main path is blocked for whatever reason, the door is like busted or something, and so you can't go through this door to exit the chamber, right? And so you have to go through
Yep.
the conveyor belt. And so you go through the conveyor belt, but the conveyor belt also has a purging system that's put in place that you
So
have to
it's a garbage
dodge.
chute.
Well, it's not a garbage chute, it's just purging the bones of any like impurities or whatever else. And so I can make like a laser beam like thingy, you know, so they're basically getting hit by the laser beam or the force field, and the bones are getting cleansed and whatever else. And so you've got to run through and avoid that and dodge them, right? So that's why you're dodging and going bum, 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 and dodging the stuff. And then that puts you back to the lab because that's where they're being reanimated. And so then you can reanimate the stuff and do all that. Then that puts you through here, and then we come
Okay. So
back through.
several stages of purification to get them to the pure bone state.
Yeah. I'm thinking that's probably what I would do, because then I can still
Yep.
have the dodge stuff. You're in a small confined area, and you gotta like dodge, and we might even have it to where it's one path, kind of like this one, similar. And so it's coming down, and you have to dodge, and then hide in a corner. Wait for it to come through so you can dodge and get through, because otherwise you won't be able to make it all the way. I think that's probably something I like.
Yeah, no, that works. That works. And then you basically, as you said, the lab door can be fucked up for whatever reason. So they have to take the conveyor, get through to the other side, which would deposit them into the lab, so you could unlock the door from that side.
Yep. And then you're in the lab. The lab we can do something fun with the lab for the reanimation and the reactivation. We can make that kind of fun. And then we can have the force field stuff where, you know, they can play around with that too. So they could, you know, reanimate as couple of maybe we can make like 4 reanimations or whatever. I think I like that idea. So basically there would be like 4 cryo tubes already there, and you press the little button for reanimating, and it like turns it on and does it.
Should we do a mini boss like a mutant skeleton, or not?
I was thinking we might make the guy who drags all the bodies and puts them on the conveyor belt. He might be a mini boss for this section over here. I could see that being like he's kind of like the guy who just picks them up and puts them and throws them on. And he's still there, and he can be a skeleton dude. You know what I mean? Like
Robotic skeleton?
It could be robotic. We don't have any robots right now.
Yeah, could be a robotic skeleton, combination of both. That way you can argue he's not permanently in cryo needing ether or something like that. I don't know. There's different ways to play that, but we'll set it up, and then basically you can add the monster in as you think.
Yeah. I'm not opposed to that idea either. I think that's an interesting concept. A robotic, maybe. I don't know. That would be the first time introducing it. We don't have them yet, so that would be like a construct.
Yeah, or a golem effect, in the sense of, you remember the old Polish golems and Jewish golems, they were made of clay. So similar principle of basically a low-level worker that could act as a mini boss.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not opposed. I think I'd probably stick with a skeleton. But I don't know. It wouldn't be hard to make the robot either. But
Yeah.
if we
you
have
could use
him
the giant
there,
skeleton model, the base version, the ones for the Reapers, the Weavers.
yeah. Well, no, no. I get what you're saying, but no, because those don't have feet or legs. So I'll use the same one that we have. I'm just gonna scale him up a little bit, and then he can have like very specific armor. I'll make like a like a little cloth thingy that for blood and everything else, because he's gonna be dealing with all that.
No blood, because it'd be flesh cleaned by that time, so it'd just be bones. Unless you're getting involved in putting. Yeah, the idea is keep it blood free.
That's true too. I guess because it evaporates. Well, I guess the question is how does it evaporate, right? because we're using gas, you're gonna have blood and other things. It's not.
Yeah.
We're cleaning the bones once they get put onto the conveyor, right? So I actually think that if we make this like have like a drain system and everything else, like, you know, like it's got like 3 or
Don't
4
have a
drains.
Oh my god, we really are going down that route. You know those spike traps?
Yeah, but
They are effectively a draining system if you don't have the spikes come out.
well, duh. But that's what I'm saying. Like either way, we're gonna have drain. So you have like a drain. He's gonna get wet. That's what I'm saying. He's doing wet work, bro. Like he's not gonna be clean. And the bones get cleaned through this process. The thingy that comes and brings them into the lab. So when they're in the lab, they come like, maybe there's even like a packaging or whatever else, like, and then it packages them all together, and then I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we can flesh that out on the place.
Okay. Well, anyways, it's I'm almost at 4 hours. Thanks for everybody who's been here. We actually had a lot of people who, I mean, they're lurking, but we had a lot of people watching, so that's cool. If you are watching this later, like, follow, subscribe, do all the fun things. I am not going. I'm going to stream tomorrow, but tomorrow will be my last stream for 2 to 3 weeks because I'll be out processing and everything else. I will upload videos of the work that I'm doing. I think that's gonna. I'll probably whatever that word is. I can't think right now. My brain is tired. But I will upload videos. That's what I'm saying. So, and I might stream if the internet's decent there. I don't know if it is or not, and if my laptop can handle it. So, if not, tomorrow will be my last stream for like 2 to 3 weeks, and then towards the end of November, I'll be back home to where I can actually start streaming again, and we'll be happy-go-lucky. So.
And then we can actually start doing the game dev full time.
No, right? Yeah. Well, I mean, I would say I'm pretty much doing it full time anyways. I'm doing 3 hours a night times by 7 days a week, or 4 days a week. You know, I'm doing 2 jobs, just not getting paid for one of them.
Don't get divorced again.
Yeah. Shit. Yeah. Anyways.
All right. Have a good night, everyone.
Goodbye.